I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
But that'll make me sad. You wouldn't want to make me sad, would you?
You lost so much money.
It's about the experience.
I, I have told you repeatedly to quit while you're ahead.
There was a really funny time, though. I went in with 50K, and I nearly lost it all. And the entire time Jeff is listening to my commentary, like, okay, nope, lost it. Okay, I'm just going to bet $10,000, try to get it back. I lost that. Okay, let's go bet $10,000, try to get it back. Lost that. Okay.
Oh my god.
That for like 30 minutes. And then I actually ended by doubling my money in the end at 100K. It was awesome.
Oh my god.
See,
We ran out of the
ahead,
casino.
But, ahead is a relative term. It could be ahead now or ahead in like 30 minutes when I double up.
When it starts to become, oh, I can no longer bet 10,000, I'm going to have to bet 5,000, that's when you should start questioning what you're doing.
But why would I?
All gamblers quit one turn before they're about to win it all.
Exactly.
I hate it here.
My god.
Hi, everybody. Hello, nobody watching on stream. Maybe we'll have some people show in. I don't know.
I'm sure Cat will show up.
Huh? Cat?
Yeah.
I hope so. Well, welcome everybody here. It's good to see everybody and have everyone playing. Mara told me she will be in later. She's just not here for the first little bit. Faith, you're here with us.
Yeah.
He just wants to contribute.
I'm giving you engagement right now. Jeez. Well,
Damn.
I'm happy to have everybody back. Last session, we started doing our classes for the next semester. We got through a bunch of them, arithmancy, potions, we did volubilis, we did muggle studies, which Edmund is developing a crush on Professor Milne. We stopped before we ended up doing defense against the dark arts. You were all told, or I guess some of you were told, about the special defense against dark arts class that would be happening at 5th period later today. And let us reorient ourselves. It is about 2 p.m., so the sun is up, it's high, and the fields around right now are flowing in the fall breeze. The thick canopy of trees all around you has turned to a auburn shade, and there is even like little purples at times, leaves that flutter around school grounds. You can see Mr. Filch out in the field, like currently raking. And behind him, you can see one of the largest piles of leaves you've ever witnessed before. You guys, at least some of you, are hanging out by the standing stones and like the wobbly wooden bridge. It's obviously a little bit later in the day, and Care of Magical Creatures class is going to be happening soon for some of you, but a lot of you just had some time to hang out. Out here, I'm going to call upon a random person to tell me what they're doing out here, outside. Like a parent telling their kids to be like, "Go outside." Oh, I have to roll that again. Jess, rolled you.
Happens every time.
It is
It's
not
either
every
me-
time.
It's me or Brooke every time.
I haven't been called first in so long. Don't.
No, you have been. You've just been saying, I'm not ready, go to someone else.
I was like waiting, and I was like, "Oh my god, please let it be me." And then it wasn't me. And listen, I haven't been called first in a hot minute, so don't
Okay.
loop me in with you.
Okay,
Do you
I'm
want
going
to?
to loop
No,
in. I'm going to loop in another player with you. So let's see.
No.
Woo! That's Lucas, Desdemona, and Lucas. What are you guys doing out here? 30 minutes before class starts, or at least for those of you who are going to Magical Creatures class, out by the Standing Stones and the bridge.
Do we see Filch like breaking up that giant leaf pile?
Yeah, he's kind of in the distance, but yeah.
I wonder if I could set that on fire and be back in time for Magical Creatures.
Setting things on fire today. Last time you guys were talking about pushing people off the bridge. Seems like you have murder on your mind.
As a matter of fact, you are currently leaning on the railing of a bridge.
I look behind you. I look behind myself. Any particular target?
Oh, no. I think you should be more worried about that because I don't have a particular target. That's when I get antsy and I have to start, drawing lots.
Just
Nearby, you can see Desdemona. She's saying this is kind of like scanning the area, and you are able to see Edmund nearby. Are you? Let's put you with
Can I
somebody.
be walking with Abria? I have something to talk to her about.
Abria. Yep.
Okay. Wonderful.
So you see him and Abria walking around the grounds together. Abria's taking Edmund on a walk.
Is currently okay. Oh no.
Walkies.
Walkies.
Oh my god.
You have to get in your physical exercise.
Yeah, I have to get in my
Professor
2 to 3
Bruce.
hours of exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Bruce said that this is part of your mandatory therapy. You have to get outside once in a while.
You mean our mandatory therapy? I remember your
All
anger
right.
management classes.
Look, my classes haven't started yet. Thank you very much.
But no, yeah, Edmund has been filling her in on what happened at the dreaded arithmancy class with a certain Isolde Navarro. And then I think she casted either the Langlock or Mimble Wimble and in front of the teacher. And I made the most ungodly noise. It was so embarrassing.
Nimble Wimble, okay. Okay.
So Desdemona and Lucas, you guys can overhear the two of them talking. Mostly Edmund complaining about things. It's a good day.
So, they cast Mimble Wimble at you in class, in front of everyone.
Yes, but no one saw it except for Sadie. And I had to, push it out of her.
Oh yeah, Sadie's not gonna snitch. Dez has been teaching her pretty well. I don't know.
Yeah, I have to hand it to Des. She has been doing pretty well. But still, it was embarrassing. And we got sent out of the class.
Oh, Jesus. Alright. I will take care of that.
What do you mean, take care of it?
Oh look! Oh my gosh, Des!
More murder discussions, it seems like.
What? I would never. I'm an angel.
What is with you Gryffindors and violence?
I've never committed an act of violence in my life.
I am not a violent person. I'm a pacifist.
Abria,
All the
I wit-
violent people, all the violent people that were in Slytherin got locked up in Azkaban.
Just to warm that down.
Lucas looks down for a second
Yeah.
and he'll say, "You're not wrong."
She came for blood there. God damn.
Lucas is like
Alright.
flabbergasted at how hard Desdemona wit. But
Maybe that's
he'll,
because all the Gryffindors are on the jury. Gemma says, walking past.
I thought I smelled something.
That's probably your own BO.
Gemma, one of us lives in a tower, the other lives in a dungeon. I think one of us is more prone to smelling.
You in there.
Do I? Never mind. I wouldn't yet.
Behind her is multiple other Slytherins, including Ernesia, Mateo, Isolt, and Taylor.
I'll wave them over, trying to get this more even.
I wouldn't recommend doing that to Phil. She's gonna have a heart attack at this point, Isolde.
Well, maybe just a little something, no?
No, he's gonna have a heart attack. He's about to keel over at this point. He's kind of like a cockroach, so I don't know.
I heard cockroaches can live for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Let me tell
I don't know.
Hi.
Hello.
Issel.
Albia? Are we, planning another, murder off the bridge?
They're planning their next murder.
Really, this should be fun.
Oh,
Green.
Are any of these Slytherins and magical creatures, Alex?
About to check. I'm sure some of them are. I think
I
Taylor
think
is, but
Taylor and everything.
Yeah, Taylor's literally in everything.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
true. But
Oh no,
Taylor's
she's
not in divination, not in arithmancy, and not in magical creatures class, actually.
Okay.
It's because she's in
Um,
Muggle Studies, right?
You know, it's a bit of free time. They like hanging out in the clock tower courtyard, so they're just walking past. But let's see. I know Levi, I believe, is in magical creatures class.
Oh, I don't want to bully Levi.
Lucas isn't that.
Levi and Wilfred are walking a little bit further back.
Mateo, Issel, you should sit with us. We're gonna just hang out for a bit before class.
Sounds
Before
fun
we
to me.
send Desdemona off to her doom that is magical creatures class.
That sounds dreadful.
Does sound dreadful.
It is going to be dreadful.
I don't think it is. They're just, creatures.
Depends on who's in the class.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, guys.
animal.
Levi comes up.
Hey,
Always.
Hey, Levi.
you two headed to class?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about magical zoo animals or whatever.
Maya, what'd you just say?
I didn't say anything.
I feel like it was something about Wilfred, so Edmund's going to kick her gently.
She definitely said, "Wow, the smell just got worse."
Oh, Levi, we're not just gonna talk about them. I'm pretty sure we're gonna meet them too. The first day? I don't know.
Think so.
You would think you'd need special training to be able to be around magical creatures, like zookeepers in the Muggle world.
That's what this is, Edmund. Duh.
You don't happen to know what we're going to interact with, do you?
I heard it was a wampus.
I doubt they'd put you with a wampus.
A wampus would be cool, though.
I
With the
hope not.
wampus.
I mean,
Levi
it's
says.
Hagrid. Wampus would make sense.
A wampus is sort of like a mountain lion, but with extra legs and very, very fast.
It's one of the most terrifying things on this planet.
God, no, please. Please, no.
They're
Here,
cool
Levi.
though, Levi.
I hear you.
He will take out this kind of retractable cane from his bag and hold it out for Levi. This is perfect for warding off magical creatures that mean to do harm.
He will take it immediately.
It
Thank
is
you.
my 1d20 pigeon staff, so whatever
Oh
he
my god.
clicks it open, he's going to spawn 1d20 pigeons.
Alright.
You know what's weird about that? I think that with some magical creatures that would work. Can't
Yeah,
hear
of
you.
course.
You're muted.
We can't hear you.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, we
Yeah.
can hear you now. Sorry,
We
your
can hear
crisp
you
is
now,
on.
He said, thank you so much, Edmund.
Yeah, of course, anything. Look at Wilfred, because I think Wilfred was there when he got
Yeah,
the
he
staff.
was.
Oh, there.
You're cutting out,
Mhm.
Alex.
You're cutting out a
Why am
lot.
I-
We can't hear
Yeah.
you. I don't know why you keep crisp on and
That's
continue
because
to
I was
talk.
eating popcorn, and I don't want the ASMR for you guys.
Because he'd be snacking.
I
Yeah.
He
appreciate
be
it.
snacking.
I don't know. It's like my no, weird.
You're better
Anyway, Wilfred ain't no snitch, so he just
That's
kind of looks at you,
true.
looks at it, little smirk, doesn't do anything.
I hear
Keep
we're
me
gonna have to
updated
brush
on
their
how well it works.
fangs.
now. Sorry, go ahead.
Ooh, that's
I
cool.
hear we're gonna have to
though.
brush their teeth.
I am not getting
you
anywhere
think-
near a wampus.
Do you
I'll
think
fail
you have
the
like
class.
a special Wampus toothpaste?
That's what I was wondering.
Probably.
Like mint flavored?
What if y'all
Mm.
all year, Lucas?
I don't know how you guys are staying so calm. You know they can smell when you're scared, right?
Mhm.
I know Oliver's cats definitely can. That's why they always stare at me with their beady eyes. They like look off into the distance.
Anybody else notice that big leaf pile looks awfully?
Really flammable.
Mm.
Oh,
Sorry,
I was just
did I
gonna
say
jump
something?
in it.
I like where your head's at.
Like where your head's at, does.
If anybody goes missing, I know who the suspect should be.
I think we all know. Wilfred says, and he's gonna walk with Levi to class.
Abria, I will bet you 5 galleons to jump into that pile and scatter all the leaves.
Before or after it's on fire?
Before.
Oh, I was hoping for after.
Oh
I mean,
boy.
do you want it to be after?
Yeah.
I can try to make you like a. Fuck, do I know this potion yet? Hold on.
I think you do. I think it's in our year.
Third year. No, it is in 4th year.
It's in fourth-
Yeah, no problem. Okay, I have Stargrass Salve if you want to do it while it's on fire.
Yeah.
You guys look back, and Isolde? She's not there.
Huh? Where'd she go?
You look back toward the pile, and you can see Isolde is currently creeping through the bit of forest before the field again.
He sold.
What is she-
Jeez.
What is she up to?
Probably not up to good. Any good. Knowing her.
I'll call for her. Isolde, you're gonna be late for class.
She'll kind of look back and do the thing. I can't hear you. You need to come closer.
Mateo follow. He ends
Yeah,
up following.
I'll follow as well. As we're like approaching, I'll say, Mateo, be careful. This is likely a trap.
Definitely.
Desdemona, you arrive behind Isolde in the forest as everybody comes up. Basically, like with the standing stones, there's like forest that surrounds it, and it's just a little jaunt through a little section of trees to get to the proper grounds, like the big slope that leads up to the owlry, and a lot of leaves have been brushed, kind of like a Sisyphean task, really, for Mr. Filcher. And all of you now gather at the rim of that forest.
One must imagine Sisyphus as a groundskeeper. Making
In the fall? Yeah.
All right.
Desdemona?
How
You
far are
arrive
we
behind
away?
Isolde. I'm going to say about 100 feet. It's a big field.
Jesus Christ.
Alright. I need to get just a little bit closer.
You have the match?
I have better than a match. I have a wand.
Yes.
You're a wizard, Harry. How often do we forget? It's like, oh, right! I'm a wizard!
We're wizards.
Is Filch like? Are there like stacks of leaves and whatnot?
Not stacks, is one giant mountain of leaves, and he's on the outskirts of it, like, stupid fuck.
Gotta scare him away somehow.
While he's doing that, you can see more leaves, like, blowing into the
I wanna-
field.
So what kind of tool is he using to like? pick these
A
up?
very large rake.
Okay, I want to like use minor illusion to keep conjuring like this floating leaf that keeps on just getting out of reach of the rake, so he has to like chase it while Desdemona steps up.
You can make me a performance check, I think, for you, like, controlling the leaf enough to actually entice him. Be like, motherfucker.
It's like money on a string.
Yeah.
Ooh, you gotta be quicker than that.
Ooh, not 20.
Ooh.
Nat 20.
Can Abria and Edmund like see Des and Isolde from here, from where they are?
I was thinking that you guys would have come with, but if you want to stay on the
okay.
bridge and watch from afar, like 500 feet away, you absolutely can.
Yeah, no. I think we'll be next to them. Edmund will kind of
Okay,
like
so you're
nudge
there in the
Abria,
forest.
like, okay, your chance is coming up. Get ready to run into the leaves.
Bria's already putting on her flame-resistant bonnet for her hair.
Mateo's kind of on lookout so nobody, like, kind of walks in on them trying to do something.
It's like a swimmer's cap for your curls.
Resistant bonnet.
It's in the emergency pack from the Secret Service.
Exactly,
If there's a
yeah.
fire, here you go.
Yeah,
One must protect the royal hair.
yeah. This is look. She's very protective of her hair. Okay. All right.
As she should.
Yeah, she should, yeah.
And I'm going to like creep up like 10 feet closer. The range on Incendio is actually 90 feet for whatever ungodly reason. Why the fuck is the range so long?
It's really long.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculously long.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's 100 feet away, and Isolde, when you do that little, you guys can see a very enticing large leaf that begins to blow in. It kind of blows in his face and flaps in his face for a minute. He goes, and when he smacks at it, it flips very organically and then goes down toward the ground. And then he looks a little bit pissed off at it. And he goes to smash it, and with the movement of his big rake, it creates a gust of wind that flicks it up into the air. Are you kidding me? Come here. And you can see him going after this thing. Motherfucker!
We're going to hell for bullying an old man.
And he begins to not chase after it, but it's kind of like a few steps, like a come back here, and he is very sufficiently distracted for the time being.
Desdemona like creeps up, like looks around one last time, flips her
Diesel got him
wand,
away, so
and then shoots an incendio.
incendio, and you guys can see from the very edge a little bit of fire erupts out of the ground. Just a tiny one at first. Tiny little 5-foot bonfire, which immediately begins to emulse the entire leaf pile. Like flash paper, it begins to go up. Abria takes off toward it. Give me an athletics check.
You did roll acrobatics. Is that what you wanted to do? Like, did you want to like fucking roll into it, or?
I was gonna say, can I argue for acrobatics if I backflip into it?
This is so dangerous. You can do both. You must make an athletics check, though.
Okay.
It's about getting to it within a certain time frame.
Hold on, let's go that real quick.
If it was a
Better.
3,
Okay.
I would imagine Abria running like this. Down the field. The whole way.
Her nails are freshly manicured.
Yes. With the bonnet on. But with a 16, that's significantly better. So yeah, just Abria just takes off down there. And by the time you get to it, you can hear the crackling of flames. Little embers begin to fly off into the sky. And Professor Filch is like, huh, wait, it wasn't nat 20. Should he just not?
Yeah,
Like, he's gone all the way up to the owlry by now. So by the time, and so he finally gets the leaf, or he thinks he does. In the background, there is a pillar of smoke.
You get class canceled because of this.
It's that
And then
barbecue
Abria-
smell from burning leaves.
Abria, with 2 kicks, boom, boom, goes backward and leaps back with a 17 acrobatics check. You see her right into the flames as they are still kind of building out here. And you go for a roll, and Abria, the moment you hit in there, it's just dark. And then bright. There is a grand amount of smoke that is seeping down here. You try to roll out and try to pull yourself out of it. I'm gonna have you make either another athletics or acrobatics check.
She's
No,
gonna.
dex save.
Oh god.
Des is gonna rejoin the others and is like, I hope one of you knows Perio. I wasn't able to learn it.
Oh no, not a clue.
Oh no. We're
It's
gonna
far
be
too big
help.
for Perio.
I know
Perio is a
Perio.
5-foot cube.
I sort of meant that what if Abria came out on fire, we could put out the fire.
I have
that's a
Augmente and that's
15.
it.
Gomenti works, yeah.
So,
Just close her up.
you guys are sitting there on the edges of your seat, watching as Abria has entered the growing a pillar of smoke and fire, and you guys are waiting, hoping that she comes out the other side. There's a beat, and then a bunch of half-burned leaves go flying left and right as Abria bursts out the other side in a roll, and she kind of rolls off onto her knees. The fire is getting much, much warmer behind her. It has now kind of reached its apex, and Abria, you end up having to kind of run a little bit more because it's getting hot, and but you get to a safe distance, and then turn around, you can see your friends like 500 feet away, and Abria is covered in ash. Meanwhile, Professor Filch, gotcha. So you get away from me.
Run.
No! He's gonna grab his rake and run down. I can just imagine him with that like wobbly run down the hill.
Oh, Phil just
Everyone run.
noticed.
Let's go.
Run, let's go, let's go.
I'm bolting.
Scatter.
I'm gonna make a perception check for Filch. Abria, it is impossible for you to hide right now.
Can I get reminded what the uncandle does?
It creates a area of darkness when
Can I
you
light
light
it
it.
with incendio?
I mean, it would be around you. That's the
Uh,
problem. You didn't give it to her beforehand.
Unless
That's
you like
fine.
throw it into the pile of burning
like
leaves.
I light it and throw it like a Molotov. I mean,
if I
absolutely
get
do that.
If you
Imagine the confused look on his face. Like, what the?
If I get caught, they're just gonna send me to therapy early.
I mean, you know what? No, this would create, because I did say it was windy, so it would create actually like a veil of smoke all around, like the grounds, right? So Abria could actually stealth. I'm wrong. Do you want to try?
Brooke, it's up to you. It's your candle.
We may as well
your
make the
dex is,
stealth
like,
check first.
+5, yeah, so go ahead.
Make
Oh,
a stealth check.
+5, damn.
Okay, hold on.
You have to beat a 13.
19.
You did it. You did it. Professor Filch ran back down screaming. He like stands there at the bonfire for a minute. I have to get the mistress. Minerva! And he's screaming, running, trying to get anybody.
Can I cast serpent sorting like in front of him? Just to...
Sorting.
I think he's probably too far
Okay.
for Serpent Sword, yeah. But yeah, that
Zero.
kind of concludes it.
Make him have a
Abria
heart
is
attack.
able to come back to the group just with a veil of white all over her.
Scorchify.
Hey guys.
You guys have a death wish.
What do you mean? That
Oh
was
my
excellent.
god, you almost killed him.
That was fun.
That
What would have-
looked fun.
What would have happened to us if he died?
Well, we would have ran and then
What'd have been the second time?
possibly-
If I would have died, my father would have been here, the school would have been shut down, and probably McGonagall would be in jail.
You technically did quote unquote die for a moment.
I
Oh.
did almost die, yes. Actually, I
Yeah.
did technically die.
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
Allegedly.
you did die.
And your father didn't come when you died the first time.
That
Oh,
is.
I don't care. Why would you say that to her? Oh no.
Edmund is going to kick Lucas like on the shin.
Okay. I
was
say
just-
right when that happens, I'm going to throw the scene entirely to Maya to discuss the way that probably Abria would react to a comment like that. Well-meaning, just like nonchalant as it was. Maya?
Abria kind of stands there, like she was like she was like joking around, laughing, and then it's like abruptly stops from her,
It's a switch.
and she's just like stands there staring for a moment. Before it like you guys don't see it, but it feels like something comes over her. Instead of her vision going red, her vision goes dark.
Mm.
And in a flip of a switch, she is going to lunge.
Oh my
Both
god.
of her hands reached out.
Just like, yeah! Grab onto
yes.
Lucas. Okay.
I got
Yeah.
it. Like I'm just gonna try
Edmund
to
and
swoop and
Des are
grab her in
both
the middle.
like swooping in.
I think Zinner is like, or not Zinner, Lucas is reading the situation and realizes he may have said something in That
Well, I mean,
might have-
you are
yeah.
like in the process of getting attacked.
Okay.
We're not gonna have like a PvP, but I do want you to make like a deck save.
I think
See if you get like grabbed by her.
Lucas would just take it because he realizes what he did.
Okay, so Lucas caught like a deer in the headlights. You immediately grab onto his robes, pulling him, and then Desdemona and Edmund come on you and try to pull you back, and pull Abria away for a little while. Lucas, you're like a little bit better. Mateo and Isolde kind of stay with you, like holy shit, and we're going to pull the scene over to Abria, Desdemona, and Edmund. Actually, wait, no, because if we do that, we can't have the other scene. So as they like kind of pull Abria off so that she doesn't hurt anybody, Lucas, Mateo, and Isolde, how do you react to that?
Oh, well, Mr. Lucas, perhaps a bit more consideration for your words next time.
Yeah, that wasn't a very wise choice of words.
I wasn't thinking through my words. I was just so shocked by the events I saw. I don't know what I was doing.
Lucas probably looks really embarrassed, right?
Yeah, he's like looking down. He
Well,
feels incredibly terrible about it.
on the bright side, at least you're not going to end up like Logan in the hospital wing.
Yeah,
Oh.
who is still in the hospital wing?
I think I deserve it though.
Aww.
Maybe if it was the second time, you didn't know.
You just give out an apology when Abria calms down.
Yeah, I think I should give her some space for today though. I don't know if she's gonna want to hear it now.
Yeah, that's probably the wisest choice.
Besides, you've got to work on stacking yourself up because, as you said, those creatures can sense if you're scared. So
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
like that Wampus we'll encounter.
All right, thank you. And Lucas, gain inspiration. So cool. Okay, and then Abria, Desdemona, Edmund. We kind of cut to you guys like wrestling Abria away from them.
No, Bria's fighting.
Bria,
Almost snarling.
Bria.
Calm down. Deep breaths.
Let
Okay?
me go.
No.
No.
Not until you settle down.
I'm gonna fucking kill him.
No,
He
you are
didn't
not.
say anything. He didn't mean it.
He doesn't know you.
We joke about like this all of the time. He didn't know that would hurt you.
Abria, make me a charisma save.
Okay.
See how well and to what degree are you available to calm down? 12?
Yeah, can I
Okay.
roll a disadvantage?
Yeah, if you want.
I don't think she's in a great space. Oh, never mind. That was way better.
So 12, I think you're able to stop yourself from like just running after Lucas. But obviously it's still a little heightened.
Once she settles down a bit, I think Edmund will kind of like kneel in front of her and just start putting Stargrass salve on any burns that she might have gotten. If she punched him, probably on her knuckles.
She didn't end up actually laying a hand on. Well, she did lay a hand, but like didn't hit him. Just ended up kind of grabbing his clothes for a second.
You know he didn't mean it, right? Not in the way you think.
How do you know that?
Because he's not the type to just come after someone like that.
You just met him.
And even I can figure that out about him. And I'm not even the most insightful person here.
From how I'm hearing Maya, I'm almost like imagining like because we're in like a bit of a forest, right? A little sparse forest. So like I imagine like Abria almost like slumped down by a tree.
100%.
Two of them
Yeah.
looking down at her. Yeah.
He didn't mean it. You can tell when someone means it. He would have been a lot harsher.
You guys put a lot of faith in someone you barely know.
It's not about faith in someone I barely know. It's the fact that I have been receiving comments kind of like that for a long time now. You just kind of have to be able to parse out the people who intend harm when they say it and people who don't.
There's also the matter of you can't just lunge at someone like that, even if they hurt you. That's not the best way for you to deal with it. I mean, what if just by chance he knew dark magic or something? He could have swung back at you with an unforgivable or with a curse of some sort.
Bria, now that they're both speaking, I was gonna make it a check, but I don't think I'm gonna make it a check anymore. You know, these two are talking to you. You're in a heightened state. But I think you might realize that, one, if anybody were to have an opinion on something like this, Desdemona would be the person who understands you maybe the most. And you know why. It's not the same,
Mm-hmm.
but her opinion's valid.
Mm-hmm.
And Edmund has a history of violence enacted upon him, of being a victim of violence. And there is an understanding there too. His opinion's valid, and you can't parse it in your mind to refute them. As angry as you are.
I think she kind of looks up from where, like, her face has probably been pretty buried inside of, like, her knees.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of looks up and kind of just, you do briefly catch, like, black veins that are receding back into her skin. She kind of starts to, like, play with her fingers a bit.
I think upon seeing the veins, he'll like cast a look towards Des, because I think this is probably something they've seen before when she's been angry with something. Probably something in their 2 years of knowing each other they've gotten used to. And he'll just like give her a look like it's acting up again. Are you feeling all right?
Fine. Just tired.
I think you need to go take a little bit to yourself, or maybe find someone who is good at calming you down.
Do you want to come with me to the hospital wing? I was gonna go there to do some potions for Pomfrey.
I think we have class.
Screw class.
No, you've been telling me to be better about it, and
I have, but if you aren't ready to go to a class full of people, you don't have to be ready for it.
will you just stick with me? Both of you?
Always.
Des, I know you're kind of like too cool for school. But be nice.
I'll try, but I'm promised. And she like kind of looks to her finger wistfully.
Oh, Nate or Sadie?
Shut up. Shut up. First of all.
Both? Scandalous.
Exactly. What a harlot.
For shame. How dare they dishonor you?
Both
Walking
of you
back
are getting portable
through the
swamps in your rooms.
Walking past through the forest, like past you guys, you can see Mateo, Lucas, and Isolde. When you see Lucas, I think Abria, the first thing that you would notice is how you're sitting and like where you are right now in this like little like space. I'm guessing you're probably gonna want to stand up.
Yeah, she'll stand and she'll walk over
Do
to
you
Lucas.
do so calmly or abruptly?
I think she's like honestly physically drained, so she probably does kind of staggerly.
So Lucas, Mateo, Isolde, you guys are walking past. And inspiration to Abria.
Thank you.
Edmund will like offer her his arm to steady herself on.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Remember, he didn't do anything that you should be holding on to, okay? And if he
Yeah.
apologizes,
Mhm.
accept the apology.
He's
It's a
not
lot
Wilfred.
more than more of us get.
He's not Wilfred.
I think Lucas kind of like tenses up when he sees you.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, guys. Mateo feels so awkward.
Isolde kind of like elbow Lucas. Come on.
Yeah, Mateo's elbowing Lucas too.
Elbowing as in go up to her, or elbowing as in let's get the fuck out of here?
As in, go up to her and say what you need to say.
Yeah, like I go up to her.
Okay.
I'll I'll step forward, a little scared, but deep down I know I need to give this apology because I'll say, hey, Bria.
Why not?
I hope you know I didn't mean what I said. My parents have put a lot of pressure on me to do well in school, and when I saw you guys setting the field on fire, the first thing that ran through my mind was, oh no, I'm gonna get expelled. And then I started thinking about what would happen if you died, and then I started thinking about like what would the minister do, and then I thought about how he didn't show up the first time, and that was just the first thing that came out of my head. It was just me thinking logically. I didn't mean it as like a dig.
Look, 3 things. 1, never worry about what the minister will do. He never shows up anyway. It's fine. If my bodyguards were here, though, you probably would be in pain, and I'm so sorry for that.
Yeah,
I
you would
deserve it.
definitely be decimated, Lucas.
Oliver could attest to that. He was tackled the first day they met.
Yeah. So, you're good. You dodged a bullet.
I just hope you know I didn't mean it personally, and I from the short time we've been, I want to say friends, I have kind of got the feeling that that subject is personal, and I didn't mean to pry at it or dig at you about it.
Let's let bygones be bygones. Edmund, is that the saying?
Yes, good job.
Thank you. Let's let bygones be bygones. As far as I'm concerned, you 3 are the best Slytherins that I've met so far. Gemma sucks. Ernesia
Also sucks. If we don't have anything nice to say, just say they suck.
fine.
Edmund brings a really good point there, to be honest. I don't like either.
Put that in quotes. Put that in quotes, please.
Honestly, most of the Slytherins suck, but Lucas,
Exactly.
Isolde, and Taylor and Levi.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forget sometimes that Taylor exists.
Yeah, she
but
scared me once in the common room. She was just sitting there when I couldn't see.
And I only know
She's
Levi
just
from
standing there
him hanging around
menacingly.
Wilfred.
I know. I don't think I could ever get used to her.
But at the end of the day, don't worry about it. I have anger issues, so sometimes my first instinct is to react violently. I am working on that.
I understand. Even if you do say you have anger issues, I shouldn't be someone to poke you with such hurtful topics. I'll be better going forward.
I cut this one as a saying about poking as a lion.
I thought it was poking the bear.
Was that it?
Lions, bears, same thing.
There's
wow.
something about tickling a dragon. I don't know about a bear or a lion.
They go rar.
Tickling a dragon?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
never
tickle a
tickle sleeping dragons.
Sleeping dragons lie.
Sleeping dragons.
Abria will like loop her arm through Lucas's. Come on, you can walk me to class.
See, we're friends.
Yeah, I'll take your arm and say. And then I'll tell you
uh,
the story of what I did in Ancient Ruins about telling the teacher you're dead.
Abria, is it a nice grab, or is it like I am like gripping you hard because I'm still trying to handle my emotions?
It's definitely like you're gonna walk with me.
It's a little forceful.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
There's the lingering bit of your nails digging in the skin a bit.
Abria's forcing herself to be better, and I love that.
She's trying.
It's cute. That's cute.
We're all gonna go to hell soon.
This
but it's
entire
fine.
scene is so cute.
It's so cute. We're bonding. Who says
was-
Gryffindors and Slytherins were enemies? We're best friends.
Yeah. I'll pause there for a second. That was a great scene, guys. Everyone did so well. Like when something like that happens, I mean, I think we all had the same reaction when when Lucas said that. We were all like, oh shit! I don't think that's a good.
That's not.
There was like a haha, wait.
Like, wait, what?
I honestly wasn't even thinking. I
Right?
immediately DM'd Maya and apologized.
Well, because like out of character, we joke about it all the time. But if you were to say that shit to Bria in character, oh yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
so sweet. Like you messaged Maya after.
That's so sweet.
It's good.
Dylan literally is the sweetest dude.
He's
I
the sweetest.
swear.
I
No.
genuinely love when people poke at Abria because it gives me an opportunity to react appropriately.
And I love that we're able to show the pitfalls of youth. You know,
Mm-hmm. Being
and
volatile and
ve-
reacting.
volatile feelings and puberty and shit, and be able to do that in like a safe, healthy way. Because I've definitely had games where it has not gone well, but I
Yeah.
knew that this would go well because I
Yeah.
know you all, and I was like,
Mhm.
okay,
This is really
let's
good.
do this. Let's do this.
That was really good. That was
It
really
was
fucking
so
good.
Everyone did so
So
good.
good.
Inspo?
It's so
Yeah, it's for everybody. It's for everybody. Take it.
Yay!
I don't know if it seems like that.
Team
Absolutely.
bonding.
I'm
Alright.
obsessed with how good that was. It was very Harry Potter third year
Yeah,
vibes.
it is very.
Brutus
Yeah,
Wars.
like, yeah, I agree.
I will be thinking about this scene in my head for the next week.
You two will be maladaptive daydreaming to this. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh my God, I forgot.
There's no mentally well way to think about this scene.
I'm gonna be
We're
thinking
not
about
specifically
songs
over
that
that
would play
scene.
over it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like the AMVs.
Wait, I have one.
The TikTok edits.
Oh my god.
You know what? When the day bleeds and the night falls,
Oh my god.
back here.
Insert Twilight filter here.
Let's be honest. The moment that happened, it was also kind of crazy that it was on the heel of such like a zany, like comedy crazy scene.
Yeah.
Wild.
That
It's the
just
view
makes
between-
it more realistic.
It's a view between villages edit.
Nostalgia.
Road.
You should take a YouTube clip of the scene and actually do that. It would be so funny.
Like we're in Dimension 20 or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Bring the Lion Out is playing. Don't worry about it.
So, let's see. Oh, who's all in Magical Creatures class and who is, of course, actually attending and who is not? So, Edmund.
God, no.
Okay. Desdemona.
I feel like they bite
Yes.
me.
Yes, but you're not attending?
What?
Are you attending or not?
I am attending.
Okay.
Brooke isn't. Or Edmund is.
Gotcha. And Abria already is planning not to. I already gave her a T. Oliver
Yeah.
is not here.
I went to Muggle Studies instead.
But apparently Maya is supposed to be here soon. So, Isolt.
No, I'll go to Muggle Studies.
Great, thank you. Weird. I don't have a grade for you in Muggle Studies.
Hmm?
I don't have a grade.
Is there a grade in magical creatures?
No, because we
Oh.
haven't had
We
it
had
yet.
Muggle studies. Did you just not record?
I might have. Yeah, I might have just not taken either. Oh yeah,
I think
no,
you
that's
might not
right.
have
I didn't
taken
take
either.
either. Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
do you want to take magical creatures then, or no?
Or did you want to take
Okay.
Muggle studies and like retroactively roll for that?
Question.
Yeah, it's your call.
Is there like a prerequisite amount of classes I have to take to shoot for a slug club?
Slug Club. Kind of. Well, no.
No,
No.
because Slug Club is just you need
An O in potions and a downtime with Slughorn.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
if it was like prefect or something, then you would need to like beat out the
Yeah.
best, and yeah.
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 It's either that or you're an extremely high status person like Abria.
No, in that case, she'd probably just not be attending either. Just
You
getting
got
into
it.
trouble. Yeah.
Mateo.
I will be attending.
Okay. And Lucas.
I will be attending.
All right. So Desdemona, not Abria, Mateo, and Lucas, you three, take the little walk down toward the groundskeeper's hut. It's just past the Standing Stones, where Professor Hagrid is currently already waiting with a large group of people with an odd projectile weapon of some sort. You guys are getting down the hill just as class is starting. You're a little bit late, even. And you can hear Hagrid say, "I'm excited to see so many budding base keepers in my class. There's a few I wish were here too, but no bother, no bother," he says with a quick frown.
I'll,
"In this class, we'll be covering base classification and care. Every beastie is different, so don't expect the same solution to work twice. Magical beasties are some of the most misunderstood bunch on this good earth, which is why the previous headmaster decided it'd be best that it be taught at Hogwarts." Did it sound like you said you wanted to say something, Lucas?
you can go for it.
Okay. Sir, Levi speaks up from the back. "Why do you have a gun?" "Well, oh no! This here don't shoot no bullets. Just nets for the temporary holding of the duty call. Which is what we're going to be doing today, you see. Now everyone, get out your books, head to the section marked with the letter D." And I want everybody, 3 of you, to make me a magical creatures check, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll this at disadvantage just because Lucas hates everything magical creatures.
Hi, Menlo. Come here.
Oh, it would have been so good.
The 19, damn.
A Menlo has entered the chat.
Hi,
We're
Menlo.
going to bed, both of us.
You're both going to bed?
I'm
Yeah, it's like late. I'm surprised you two are even still up.
We were watching a movie.
Oh, that's
They
nice.
were being so good.
Okay, give me a hug. Oh, wow. Sorry.
Stealing.
I'm sorry.
Sometimes when I don't know if you've noticed, but like whenever they have he has Crisp on, their voices are so high pitched that they don't register on the mic at all.
Oh, yeah. Definitely noticed.
She's saying hi to you.
I can't see. I can't hear it. Actually.
Yeah, I know. You can't hear it because you don't have the headphones on.
I'm waving, but you can't see.
That was probably the best I'm actually ever going to get in this class.
Same.
Same.
Like negative.
The negative one is so funny.
Wisdom.
She
Like
was
this is
stealing my slime. I gave her a hug and she just like grabbed it. You would not let go.
Oh, God.
Okay, kids are going to bed. All right, let's go down the line. Desdemona, what'd you get?
And dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. Mateo,
15.
15. Lucas,
2.
If he did a roll at disadvantage, it would have been a 19.
wait, why'd you roll a disadvantage?
Lucas is very bad with animals, so I think it's fair, at least for the first couple semesters, that he rolled it
All
with
right.
advantage.
Sounds funny. Everybody begins to get out their books, and Desdemona pulls out hers and gives like a nice little stroke, and then unlatches it from the back end, and D. Mateo seemingly doesn't have much problem with his either. There's a slight little groan from the book as you open it. And you're like, oh, shush. And Lucas is like fiddling through his books, trying to find it in his pack, and then kind of ends up smacking the book a few times on the end, and then pulls it out. Oh, there we go. Good. Smack, there it is. And
Mateo
then
kind of gives him the eyes of horror.
he flicks open the latch on it, and of course, this thing that's just like, ow, opens up its eyes, bloop, bloop, looks at you. What the fuck? You weren't really aware that this thing was alive, as suddenly its maw opens up and begins to attack violently Lucas's face, making him fall down to the ground as it is attacking him.
I just scream. Hagrid!
Best stroke the spine first, not much like being open for being soothed.
I'm like
It just-
crying on the floor.
He's getting into that's all he has.
Yeah, he said, come on. One
Just
second.
go smack it around, Lucas. Damn.
I'm just, at that point where you give up and you just stand still. I think he's just trying to cover his face as best as he can, but he's not moving.
This is a really, really sad sight.
Okay, so Lucas is getting hurt, or like he's getting attacked by this thing. Lucas, what do you do?
I'm just like covering my face, standing still.
Give him some love. Come on, give him some love.
After hearing that, I'll try and rub the spine, I guess.
Make a magical creatures check at disadvantage.
Oh, 14.
14?
You could have gotten a 19.
Twice in a
That's
row.
not bad. That's not bad. Okay, so you end up like having to wrestle it to the ground like an alligator. It's okay. Shh. You're like holding it onto the ground. Shh. Shh. Calm down. And there's like bits of paper that are fluttering around the area, and he says, "Oh, while you do that, everyone follow me. Don't wander off." Everyone's looking down toward you.
I think I'd make like eye contact with Mateo and say, "Am I doing this right?"
Yeah, fantastic.
Levi and Wilfred look at each other and are like, they just put their books back in their bags. Like, I'm not doing this.
I think I'd look around for Billy because she probably knows what she's doing when it comes to this stuff.
Billy's, you like came in late. She's obviously at the front of the crowd. You're in the back when that happens. So she's already walking off with the rest of the group. So you have to like, okay. I don't know if I want to try that again, but Billy probably has hers. So you try to like fit it back in as nicely as you can into your bag and run after to go find her. Hagrid leads the class into the Forbidden Forest. You can hear birds cawing overhead, and even catch a herd of deer wandering through the area on the way. Eventually, you make it to a section of the forest with long, hair-like green grass. You can hear slight chirping noises coming from nearby. Hagrid says, "Almost there." And Lucas, you are able to sidle up next to Billy. She's just walking through the forest.
I'll say,
She's reading as well.
you see the embarrassment that was
Oh,
me in this class?
Lucas, I thought you hadn't come to the class. Thought maybe you were sick or something.
Oh, you didn't see what just happened then. Thank God.
What just happened?
Don't worry about it.
Well, that's the worst part. Whenever anyone tells me not to worry about something, I end up worrying about it for the rest of the day.
Mateo passes by. He got attacked by a book.
Oh dear, are you alright?
I didn't know it was alive. My parents
She puts
got
a hand on
surprised
your
for me.
cheek.
I'll say thank you. I wasn't expecting it to attack me.
Oh, well, they can get very riled up if you keep them in the bag all day. They like being put out on windowsills.
I have kept it in my bag, and I was kind of rough getting it out, so it seems like it was extra grumpy.
You can always use mine. Patty's very nice, especially this time of year. I think she likes the humidity.
They have names?
Well, mine does. Mostly because I named it. Sorry if that's weird.
No. It's not weird. If I name it, will it not bite me?
That's not exactly how it works now.
Well, maybe you can show me how to open it where it won't attack me.
Best leave it alone for now. Here. The Jericho is a fluffy, flightless bird known to muggles as the dodo. Native to Myrtuis, it's considered harmless by the Ministry of Magic. Oh, that's nice. The existence of the dodo was first recorded by the Dutch in 1598. Sadly, less than a century later, hunting and habitat destruction drove the bird to extinction in 1662. Or at least, that's what the Ministry hoped muggles would believe. Diricals have the ability to vanish and reappear at a location of their choosing, leaving behind only a couple of feathers after apparating. Oh, how wonderful.
Is that what we're going to see today?
I think so. They have a little habitat out here. It seems like Hagrid has a few different places where he keeps the animals, not just in the stables.
Oh, I'm so happy they're harmless. One of my classmates told me we were going to see a wampus, and I was really nervous.
Oh, I would love to see a wampus.
They're big
I've heard
cat.
I've heard that if they find you to be pure of heart, that they end up being quite kind.
And if you're not pure of heart,
They rip you to shreds.
maybe all cats are like that. They seem to hate me.
Well, I'm sure we wouldn't be doing a wampus. Not in third year, at least. Maybe seventh, if you stick with it.
We'll see. Maybe I'll get better.
And Desdemona, you read the rest. Due to their limited understanding of this visually jarring sight, Muggles began to believe the Diricol had disappeared for good. For many years, the dodo was considered a mythical creature, although fossil records have since attested to its existence. The brutal, swift extinction of the dodo provided Muggles with an opportunity to witness just how quickly human interference could cause an entire species to vanish forever. The International Confederation of Wizards purposely opted not to inform Muggles of the animal's continued existence, in hopes they would learn to treat creatures, magical or otherwise, with more respect in the future.
She has like her head down reading that, and she's like, well, that didn't really work, now did it?
You guys arrive, and Hagrid puts a hand up, stopping everyone. All right. We've made it to the Diricol habitat. We need to be We need to capture as many as we can for their monthly checkup, so be very, very quiet. They spook easily, but this for their own health. You need one person to magically bind the Jericho with a spell, while the other two tie it up with this here unicorn hair twine. He says, handing out small rolls of the stuff. Made that myself, actually. If you're not quick enough, though, the Jericho will be gone in a blink of an eye. So don't miss. Wilfred and Levi look at each other like, why? Why would they be gone so quick? Since they didn't read the book. The little guys get real frightened when you end up taking them all in, so don't forget to let them know that's all right. Oh, I have just the thing too. Wranglebug larvae. They love the stuff, he says, trying to hand out scoops of thick white larvae to the dismay of some of class. Oh, ew.
Ugh.
Get your groups, get your groups. Edmund, are you going with us, or? Wilfred yells out.
He's not here.
No, right, sorry. Forget about it. Desdemona, Mateo, and Lucas.
Are either Nate or Sadie in this class?
Let me check. Creatures. Sadie is in this class, and Nate is in this class.
Cool.
Partner up with
I will
them?
be partnering up with them, yes.
Is Drusilla in this class? I'd like.
She is,
Okay,
yes.
I'll partner up with
Oh.
Billy and her.
Yeah.
Probably then.
Do you see Drusilla anywhere?
Yeah, she's right there. I'll point behind us.
Drew over here. Drusilla shows up. Hey, you guys see that big fire back at the school? It's like you can still see the smoke.
There was a fire.
Yeah.
Wonder what caused that. I say.
Sweating.
make a deception check.
Damn.
14.
Mm-hmm.
Must have been terrible people.
Sure about that?
Yeah. Awful people. They should be expelled.
How do you know someone started the fire? Wasn't just like a lightning strike.
Oh. Well, I think Lucas is like fumbling over his words at this point. I'll say, Sally told me.
So Sally's the one who started it.
Sure. Yeah. Let's go with that.
You know, for a Slytherin, you're really bad at lying.
I just say what I'm told.
Billy, like, looks between the two of you. We do have class, you two, right? Come on, let's head up the hill. And Mateo.
Who's in this class?
Lots of people. The only people who are not in this class is Gemma Taylor. Anicia, Nolan's not, Sally's not, Janice isn't, Reese isn't.
Damn.
Reese is having a free period to himself where he's reading some fiction novels.
Fiction novels, okay. Guess I'll go up to Wilfred. I guess I met
Wilfred
him
and
briefly.
Levi are already working out together. I think Levi looking around and be like, Hey, Mateo, were you able to get your book open?
Yeah, she settled down.
Wilfred and I had some trouble with it. By trouble, we mean we didn't even give it a try after seeing what happened to Lucas.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, but
What the hell is this dear recall thing? Is it dangerous?
They're harmless. They just have the tendency they get frightened easily. That's why Hagrid said that you have to be quick or else they'll disappear with a blink in an eye.
They go like invisible?
No, they teleport to whatever location that they desire.
That's
That's what-
possible?
Yep.
Dude, yeah, my dad teleports all the time. What? Levi didn't know about apparition at all.
Yeah, we can operate when we are out of school.
Is that how you showed up at my... He says toward Levi. No, I took the bus, actually. I can't teleport.
Not yet.
Wizards are weird, man.
Well, that makes you weird too. Mateo says, putting a hand on his shoulder.
Wilford will put a hand on the other shoulder.
So, partners?
Hell yeah, Wilford says. Levi's still taking it in. He doesn't answer. You guys go off. So you guys can see 3 areas in front of you, or rather, you see kind of like a open clearing, a place that is surrounded by trees and is kind of darkened by them with shade. There is little earthy hills that twist and turn out of sight, and there is... You can see a slope on the right-hand side that kind of softly grazes upward. On the left-hand side, there's kind of an erosion, like a tiny little 10-foot cliff that could probably be climbed up to get to the top of. There's a heavy boulder at the top. And then from one hill to the left, in the middle, there is a tree that has fallen over, and like the stump has come up. And it's kind of resting between the 2 hills, creating this natural little tunnel underneath that you could go through. Where do you go, Mateo? Hey, you know Deary calls. Lead the way.
He just kind of gives them a look because he's a new student. He does not familiar with this area at all. Can I make some sort of check just to see if I can see?
Make a survival check.
Yep. 10.
10. No, you have no clue.
Well,
Which way sounds best to you, Raven?
what are the places again?
Slope on the right-hand side, erosion that you can climb up, or kind of like a little... Not a tunnel, it's in between 2 hills, there's a tree that's fallen over, and it kind of creates this sort of tunnel under it.
Maybe over that tree. I'm not too familiar with the Forbidden Forest, so I don't know why you guys want me to lead the way.
Well, it's forbidden for a reason. It's not like we've been here before.
Right. And then he just goes over to where the fallen tree is. That path, at least.
You guys are heading that way. Desdemona, which way do you take?
I think she would go for the hill.
The steady
Slope.
slope, or like the
Yeah.
erosion? Okay.
The steady slope.
Desdemona and Nate and Sadie are heading up that way. So I realized we didn't roleplay that, so yeah, we can definitely do that. So, you head over toward the 2 of them who are currently looking over their book. Why would we put them up with unicorn hair twine? Whoa, isn't this stuff like super expensive? I don't know, Sadie says. And you walk over.
Well, unicorns are incredibly rare, so finding something that's, made entirely of their hair.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Hagrid keeps a flock of them or something. Wait, is it a flock?
I think it's a
says to-
herd.
Probably. If there were Pegasi, then it would be a flock.
No, a group of Pegasi is called a piffle.
A what?
A piffle of Pegasi.
A what? A piffle?
Nate blinks. Oh shit! Everyone's already heading up. I don't want to like be the only people not to get a dairy call.
Let's go for the slope over there. No one seems to have grabbed that yet.
I don't want to hurt any of them though.
We're not hurting any of them.
I don't know. I'm just better with like the theoretical stuff, not like the practical out in the dirt.
Okay, well, theoretically, we just throw them a little bit of these worms, and then we sneak up behind them, or one of us can immobilize them, and then we just snatch one. Boom.
Good call. Yeah, I mean they're probably big enough we can just jump on top of them anyway.
Yeah, we just have to make sure to immobilize them so they don't.
Right. You
Can-
guys head up the slope together.
Nate, you're good at camping. Can you tie a rope?
No, I've never tied a rope in my life. Yeah, give me it. Yeah, my dad took me camping too, actually. Like actually
Really?
a lot. Yeah, he used to be like a British Boy Scout. So
What's a Boy Scout?
I don't know, they wear like these really tight khaki shorts and have this weird like ascot.
I think I've heard of those places, and I don't. I don't know what that has to do with
Desdemona can
the
believe
hours.
whatever she wants about Professor Milne. And then Lucas, you and Billy and Drusilla end up going to the erosion as order of elimination. So, Lucas, you guys kind of hit that little cliffside face, and Billy looks up at, "Oh, I'm not good at climbing. Drusilla, why don't you and Lucas head up and I'll find a different way. Oh, please, it's gonna take forever to go around."
I mean,
Here,
I'm sure there's a
Lucas.
spell that can help us.
Go on your hands and knees or something.
Okay. I'll get on my knees. And like
No, hands too, like table.
yeah, that's what I meant. I get on
Cool.
like table position.
A foot right on your back. Make an athletics check.
Oh gosh. Oh, I'm actually decent at these. 14.
Yeah, there's just a slight little okay. And she's able to, I think I got like a root. Yep, I got it. And you start to feel her weight come off of you for a second there, and she hops back up. Whew, that wasn't that hard.
You can go next, Billy. You can do it.
Absolutely not. No, I'll crush your spine. We're far too far from the hospital wing.
I'll be fine. Trust me, I can take some pain.
I am too big for that. Make me a persuasion check to try to soothe her worries.
Natural 20.
Oh!
You're like, I'm strong. Come on, you don't think I'm strong? Go. All right. And I want you to make an athletics check.
Got you, queen.
Take my subscriber.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. That would have been
Yeah, take it.
Oh, 13.
Better. Billy, of course, is the tallest person in your year. She definitely is larger. And that does come somewhat with weight. So when she steps up on you, there's a little bit of a buckle. Oh, are you all right?
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Just climb.
All right. It takes her a little bit, but Drusilla's able to help her out. And come on, Bill. Hey, there you go. And they're both up there. Your back hurts so bad.
Yeah. I'm gonna like back up and do like one of those running jumps and try and grab their hands.
Make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics? Okay. A 14.
Wow, again, those 14s, 13s, 15s. Yeah, you kind of like, and you like put up a hand, and you are just with it. You're not like this far, you're like this far. So they're really having to reach. I'll roll as well. They catch you by the fingers. Hold on, carpe retractum, and Drusilla pulls you up, and all three of you are kind of in a pile on the top of the hill.
Lucas is like breathing heavily. Oh, okay, we made it. See, it wasn't that hard.
Oh my goodness, they're beautiful.
I like slowly turn my head, ready to see something terrifying.
You can see, um, a smattering of about 3 of them that are out here right now, pecking on the ground, trying to find little grubs or whatnot. And they have these beautiful bluish purple feathers that kind of shimmer in the twilight around here. Let me quickly get an image. Do you recall? I loved them in the movie. They looked really cool. Sending in discussion. There you go. And they got these like stumpy little legs and kind of wide beaks. Super cute. Drusilla says, "Okay, I don't know if I can take on 3 of them. Well, okay, so maybe I'll stupefy one. Lucas, you could probably concuss one with a bombarda. And Drusilla, we're not throwing a bombarda at them. No.
I could use a mobilis.
Well, but
It won't hurt them.
probably make them all scared. They wouldn't know what was happening. Imagine if someone just came out of the woodwork and just put you up into the air.
What do you suggest?
I have an idea. But I need to be able to get close to them without them doing something weird. Who's good with their hands? You're Drusilla.
I'm not very
Alright.
good.
Okay, I'll take that then. Alright, and then Lucas, I'll need you to bait them. Your job is to look as non-threatening as humanly possible. Should be easy for you.
Okay. Lucas is just. Lucas looks scared of them, so that probably looks non-threatening.
You're gonna hold the wranglebuck larvae, and we're gonna kind of bait them in. And then I'm gonna do something, and I need to make sure that neither one of you laugh. I will do my best.
I won't laugh. I might scream if they swarm me.
I was reading some of the works of Mr. Newt Scamander, one of the foremost greatest magizoologists ever to have lived. And he found something interesting among a few different animal species, such as he calls, called limbic mimicry. I'm hoping I might be able to use it to get all 3 of them. Get us all a good grade.
What is that?
You'll see. And Drusilla, when I kind of have them under my spell, you will take the unicorn hair twine and just tie a little thing around their ankles, if you will. You could tie them together even, like prisoners. Cool. Drusilla says.
I'll
You got
just
it.
stand here looking non-threatening and not scared of them in any way.
You'll do great, Drusilla says. And the 2 of them go off elsewhere into the brush. You can see them a little ways away, and you have the wranglebuck larvae.
I'll move a little. I'll move slowly and like hold out my hand with it, and my hand's like shaking. Yeah.
Make me a magical creatures check.
Ooh, no. I'm still gonna roll this at disadvantage.
Oh no.
Uh,
Take an advantage to make that
Okay.
normal. I'm not.
just make it a 14. No, it would be
No,
just
no,
a
no, 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 no.
14.
It would
Okay.
cancel out. Yeah, it would become
Okay.
a 14.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
14. That works.
Luke is about to get attacked by 3 Deary Call. Least threatening. Okay, so Lucas, you kind of edge a little bit closer toward them and hold out these larvae, and you end up kind of throwing a few. Pop, pop. One of them turns over toward you, doesn't even really see you at first, and kind of trots over. Its eyes go wide, seeing the larvae. And then it notices another one, and it goes down to pick it up, and then its eyes like flick up toward you, and it like freezes.
I'm like standing as still as possible, like holding in a scream.
It calms for a minute. It calls back to the other dairy call, who begin trotting over as well. And you kind of hold out without really moving the bait to try to get them over here. And then out of the brush, you see Billy with like epoximized on and conjured blue feathers over her robes, and her robes are also like calavaried to be blue. She begins moving like one of the recalls and comes over, and she looks at you and like gives you a little wink, and she puts her mouth up in the air, and then she begins calling in these quick 3 bursts, and they all begin to kind of turn, and she begins marching past you, and you can see one of them kind of becomes enthralled by this movement, and they all begin to calling out 3 times together and moving by. Meanwhile, Drusilla is like creeping in the grass, and she's going to tie the little hair along their feet. And she does so. And Lucas, you're kind of enamored by Billy, able to lead all these 3 dairy call up and over the hill, and you guys end up coming back together. That's where we end the scene.
That is glorious.
Good job, Lucas. You didn't fuck it up.
I just had to give you that advantage. I could not let you get a nat 1. I couldn't.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
A 0, man.
Okay. All right, and then there is Mateo. You,
Yes.
Levi, and Wilfred have gone through the little underpass, right?
Okay.
So you guys head off in that direction. You're kind of leading the way, and you come upon that big tree that's come over. You can see large sections of bark that have been kind of ripped off over time, and you see on the left-hand side of the hill like dark grooves that have been carved into here, like a big erosion. And can I get you to make me a survival or perception check?
Perception, I will do. Ugh. 10.
Okay. Um.
Actually, I'm inspoing that.
Okay.
19.
You begin to hear a little chirping. Looking around, not sure where it's coming from. And then you hear it kind of echoing. Chip, chip, chip. and you can see little holes that have been dug into the side of the hill. They have burrowed, and you can hear them inside their burrow right now.
I think I found them.
Oh, they're like ground owls or something like that. Levi
Right.
says.
Yeah, but we gotta get them out somehow.
All right, stand back, Wilfred says, brandishing his wand.
All right then.
We're gonna do what my uncle does to the ground squirrels, like the moles in his backyard.
Yeah.
We're gonna drown them out.
Oh my god.
And no one stops him. Okay, so he's.
Edwin's
rolling-
Wilfred senses are like tingling in Muggle studies. He's like, something is wrong.
And
It's like when a
Wilfred has
dog
gotten a
senses
natural
tsunami.
20.
Yes.
Wait, what's the? It's like aqua.
Augmenti.
No, agua. Aguamenti. Just a huge fire hose of water shoots out of his wand directly into the burrow. You can hear a few chirps and screams of like fright, and
Oh my god.
and then to your right, Mateo, you can hear as teleporting out of the burrow, there are about 4 of them that also bring water with them, so they kind of make water fly all over the dirt and the ground out here. Their feathers are wet, they're like very ruffled. One of them turns and sees you all and screams out, tries to apparate.
I'm Immobilis.
Immobilis?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me 7d10. Unless do you have to attempt it?
No.
Okay.
29. That's pretty low.
29. So you were able to get 2 out of 4 of them. Immobilis! Out toward them, there's a burst of magic directly from you that shunts 2 of them into the air. The other 2, one teleports away before it's able to hit, and the other one just starts booking it into the forest.
Levi, twine, Levi, twine.
Oh god, shit! And he'll do a quick survival check. Natural 1.
No, giving you an advantage. Fuck that.
Fumbling with the fucking twine. It's like all over him. I'm caught in it. And then that's a 13. And he just kind of ends up grabbing the bundle of knotted twine that he has and like just grabs one, and puts his arm around it with all of the twine as well. And then the spell obviously ends in 6 seconds. Okay, cool. I got one. It begins to attack him violently, trying to get out. It vibrates, and you see it's unable to apparate.
All right, calm down. I'm gonna give them the dodo bird a larvae to calm it down, just to catch its attention.
Make me a magical creatures check.
Okay, where is it? There it is. Oh, 9.
Just like the ground moles. You're unable to get it to calm down. And Mateo, you pass. Hufflepuff gets 5 points.
Away?
What?
I didn't realize you were talking about grades, and I was like, are you about to say he passes out? He passes away?
Brooke coming out of the daydreaming
I
right
think
now.
Levi's the one passing
For real.
away. He has so many bites.
Oh boy. I'm never taking this class again.
I think we have to take you to the hospital wing. That looks bad, dude.
Do you think they have rabies? What's rabies?
Yeah, what's rabies?
He's like, I'm here with these fucking wizards who don't know basic medicine. The power of unrestrained Wilfred. Thank you. Thank you.
I just had to let him do it because I don't think Mysterium should give a fuck.
Aquamenti. Desdemona, are you here?
She just said BRB like 2 minutes ago.
You're the last one, Jess. You know what? I'll go get some water, and hopefully by the time I get back, Jess is back.
I love how he says that like a threat. I'm gonna go get water, and by the time I get back, I expect everyone to be here.
Yeah, it does sound like a threat.
It's
to
like
be
the
honest.
teacher telling us to get back to our work in high school.
Yeah.
I'm gonna count to 3.
What?
You got threatened by the
like-
teacher.
Yeah, you got threatened by the teacher because you weren't in your seat.
Sorry. Where'd he go?
He went to
go
get water. He expected you to be back by then.
He said if you weren't back, he'd be very disappointed.
He said if you weren't back, then lose his number. I'm kidding. He didn't say that actually.
Okay, I'll
swear.
delete it now.
I can't believe he caused a breakup, Brooke.
I'm in my Gossip Girl arc.
You really are.
Well.
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 Brooke said if I wasn't back by a certain time, delete your number. It's been deleted. I'll be leaving StreamYard now. Goodbye, everyone.
Just officially leaves all of Magic and Mysterium games.
Wait, what are you doing with that stern look on your face? I saw you laugh. Don't even.
Leave again. Show him who's boss.
What if I leaved? What if I left and then blocked you on everything?
That would be so sad.
That would
mean.
be
That
sad.
would be so mean.
That's the end of Magic Mysterium right there. I'm joking. It probably wouldn't be, but
I wouldn't believe in love anymore.
it'd be very sad.
Mom and dad getting a divorce. That's crazy.
Jeez. All right, so Desmona, you and Nate and Sadie are heading up the tall grass on the right-hand side, getting up the slope of the hill. I want all 3 of you are going to be rolling stealth checks. They didn't do half bad. It was a dirty 20 and
Okay. I have proficiency in this. Luckily.
and 14. Yeah, you guys are pretty sufficiently quiet for the most part. Sadie is the one who's the loudest out of everybody. She keeps a lot of shit in her bag. It's kind of jingling a little bit. Sadie, I'm sorry. I don't know Silencio yet. Just leave the bag there. No, I'm not gonna leave it. I'm gonna forget it, and I'm not gonna be able to find it in the tall grass.
Just both of you be quiet.
You can hear.
Okay.
You can hear tiny little chirps. Cheep 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 cheep. The hell is that? A dearie called to me.
Okay. All right. Here's the plan. I am going to try to distract them. Just get them to, eat the disgusting worm. Sadie, when they're distracted, I need you to immobile us. You're great at charms.
You got it.
Nate, Tie a rope.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. He says, and he begins to like wound it around his hand.
All right, everyone.
Okay, on
If
3
anything
then.
goes wrong, Plan B.
They both look at each other.
Okay, break.
No, what's plan B? 3, 2, 1. Desdemona, you pop out to where you can hear the dearie calls, like, ready for battle. And you see a bunch of little yellow chicks. Beep, 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 beep. Immobile. I want you. I guess you kind of have to go through with it.
She was gonna go with the flobber worms, like to bait
Right.
them over and
You're like,
keep their attention.
yeah. Oh, hello. You see a few of them like zip, 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 look over toward you. Make me a magical creatures check.
Oh no. Okay. Maybe this will turn out well. That's a 14.
They're getting a lot of 14s tonight. Lots of 14s. Yeah, they begin coming over. Ooh, ooh. And you place one down and you can see a few of them start to peck at it. It's too big. It's nearly as big as they are.
Oh, please don't tell me you want me to regurgitate that. Cheep, cheep. Cheep, cheep. Cheep, cheep.
No, but you could squish one in your hand.
She mashes one and is like,
there you go.
like a little bird.
You start to feed them. They're opening up their mouths, and you're kind of like, as gross as this is, they are pretty cute. Immobulus! Sadie, not knowing what's happening, leaps out, and you can see a few of them start to vibrate, and then they are like a group of about a baker's dozen of these little yellow chiclets are shunted, and Sadie, after casting, is like, oh my gosh. And Nate comes running out. Ah! No! Go! Time up! He starts to have to do that. So he's gonna make a check there. Yeah, he does good. Okay. And he's trying to do it as quick as possible. He's just kind of like tying one around and then just going to the next one, tying it around. And when the spell ends, you've got kind of like a barrel of monkeys of them. Round them up! They're all trying to like flap and get away right now. One of them's just eating like...
Got a bunch of chicks. That's great. See? Oh.
Oh no.
You guys both turn, and where there is chicks, there is Mama. And Mama is mad. She's got her wings up to make herself look real angry. And you can just see the fire in her eyes. And it starts running out toward you. Run!
I'm fucking
What do you do?
I'm getting an armful of chicks and I'm booking it.
Make an athletics check.
That is so funny.
They both got 4s on the die.
Oh no.
At least I have the chicks. I have the grade. Someone has to stay behind. That's a 12. I don't think I might have to for that.
Yeah, and spell it,
Sure.
please.
Do it.
So, that's really sucky that I will, but yeah. You know
Oh,
what?
you can use my
Great.
advantage.
You don't have to. 23.
23. Okay, so Desdemona books it out of there, and Nate and Sadie, you leave them in your dust. The thing teleports over toward them and is like flapping in front, pecking at them, thinking that they have the chicks. And you can hear a high-pitched scream from Nate. Sadie's running, and Nate's like, "Leave me! Save yourself!" And yeah, that's how that goes. So to in in summary, Desdemona comes back alone with a mound of 13 chicks, just tiny ones. Lucas comes back like this. Drusilla, him, and Billy flapping their wings, marching over the hillside. And Mateo comes back with a waterlogged bird with half its feathers missing, and Levi covered in welts.
I'll like whisper to Billy. I'll say, "I'm glad I was with you. It seems like it went much worse for the other groups."
Oh dear. Wilfred, what on earth did you do to that poor creature? Flushed him out.
Yeah, they were in a burrow.
And
I think it's kind of a reference to that Flushed Away movie.
flushed away. Oh, and that's where we end Magical Creatures class.
That is. That's
That was
so
solid.
funny.
That was solid.
Lord Wilfred.
Fucking Wilfred. I had to keep it on this straight because I do not think Mateo would give a fuck.
And then I'm gonna throw over to Faith for your free period. What are you doing?
Okay.
Back of the castle, back of the barnyard.
I think I was gonna explore, but I think there was something else that she wanted to do, which was go talk with Dilduro.
Not hard right now. I think that looking around for him, you end up finding him in the Transfiguration classroom. There is actually a class that's going on right now. It is a 7th year advanced class, and you see the like chairs and everything. The desks are set up in a really weird way. They're set up in a circle, like a fucking circle, all facing into the middle, and or more like a very tight horseshoe. With Professor Dildero's desk has been pulled up a little bit, and Dildero's like leaning on it right now, and he is sipping on a Madame Puttyfoot's, and you know what? One second, because I would love to actually bring up what it is the curriculum would be. Control F. There it is. He says, anyways, today we delve deeper into transmogrification, focusing on living subjects instead of inanimate, right? Who can tell me what that means? I know at least half of you guys know this. A few people put up their hands. It's a fairly complex branch of transfiguration. And I think that there's like a spell with it. Ooh, there we are. Yes, well, using this branch, mistakes can have serious consequences, even more than normal. He says the spell, however, is different than the concept, which we're talking about right now. And you walk into the class, John in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Isolt, can I help you with something? You see his demeanor change immediately. He was incredibly relaxed with his 7th years. You walk in, and he's that stern figure once again.
If I could have a moment of your time, perhaps after class.
No, we were just actually about to practice a few different spells, so if I can trust you guys, you can hear a few of them, like, chuckle. No turning Ben into a rabbit again, please. Let's go easy on him today. We can do that next week. They kind of laugh at that again, and he walks out over toward you, placing his Madame Puttyfoots down. How can I help you, Miss Navarro? He says, walking out into the hallway with you, light streaming in from one side. Hear the rustle of the leaves.
takes a glance back at the class and just comments. No, curious. What sort of mistakes have happened?
That would be something to learn in 7th year, don't you think? Mostly, however, turning people inside out. So,
Oh, is it like flipping a sock back the right way?
dear God, Navarro.
Alright. Well, I wanted to speak with you regarding a certain something. Perhaps speak is not so much the right thing, but I wanted
Just get on with
to
it.
confirm something. Okay, fine. She's gonna prestidigitate an image of a young man with stubble in a room opening a box, and just look at his reaction.
Make an insight check.
Take my advantage.
Okay. Ooh, I'll use my inspo. 20. There we go.
Looks at it. It looks fairly confused. This is pretty good. Is that supposed to be me?
If it were, hypothetically, what do you think would be in that box?
I don't know. You're the one who made the thing. Hypothetically, I don't know. Maybe something I'm not allowed to say to a 3rd year. Why?
Oh my God,
Why the
cocaine.
question on this? What did you say, Edmund? What did you say?
I said, "Oh my God, cocaine."
It's just something that's been on my mind lately, and I was questioning its authenticity.
With a 20, he looks confused. He looks like he's never seen this before. He has no idea what you brought up. He certainly, from what you can tell, unless he's just a really good liar, doesn't recognize it.
Mm-hmm. She will just smile and say, "Right, well, I better go back to where I found this from."
No. You messed up my whole class today with this little query. Why? Where's this coming from? I'm not about to find a bunch of pictures lying all around the school of my young and unadulterated face, am I?
Your face? No, this was just a random student. I thought this is happenstance. Yes.
No, that's totally me, and I don't know how you found a big old picture of me. Did you go to the room of reception? Is that it? I don't think I have any pictures up in the trophy hall. No, I would. You're in the trophy hall. Detection?
She's gonna use minor illusion to now audibly have it speak. No one can know.
He looks equally as confused.
Huh. Very peculiar.
All right. It certainly is pretty peculiar. Will you please not post this around everywhere? I don't want people seeing me
Right.
like a kid. Ew.
Of course not.
I would love most people to continue their view of me as some kind of immortal figure, having never had a childhood.
Professor, do you believe in divinations and fate?
Believe in? Sure, it exists. I mean, at least divinations does. Fate's another thing entirely. Do I care much for it? Not at all.
I think we're relatively in the same boat then. You see, I don't really fancy such things. However, this image itself showed itself to me in a glass ball.
Oh, so that makes a lot more sense now. Yeah, that's not me. But you got my face right.
Well, pardon's a thought experiment, but divination's right. It could have the potential to see into the future or the past, right?
And normally, as I understand it, is pretty hazy for the most part.
Oh,
You hear an
agreed.
explosion. I think I have to return to
Oh,
class.
yes, of course.
Benjamin! And he runs back in.
Oh my god.
A rhino? Really? You said not a rabbit.
Oh, God.
Little glimpse into seventh year life.
Yeah. She's going to pull out her notebook because Isolde is an opportunist, if nothing else, and make quick notes on what she overheard in the class.
You got it. Okay. And then while Muggle Studies is supposed to actually be going on, we will push to a scene where Abria and Edmund spend a bit of time together skipping class. Edmund, Abria, who wants to take away that scene?
Maya,
Are
do
you
you
even
have
both
any...
here?
Yes.
Well,
I am
Maya.
Maya.
Sorry, I was power washing a grill. What's up?
Are you playing Power Watching Simulator?
Don't worry about it! Don't worry about it! Just, hold on.
She's just a girl. She's
If I
just a
had money,
girl.
maybe I would just be playing blackjack, imaginary blackjack right now.
Yeah, but
Fine.
everyone judges you, Alex.
If I still had funds to do that with,
Some of us aren't poor, Alex.
I was power
Some
washing
of
a
us
grill.
don't have crippling gambling addictions.
Morgan is an outlet for me.
That's the self-insert.
real
It's
GM.
not
Okay.
though. I don't have it.
Everyone
Like in
thinks
real
it's
life, I
Wilfred.
would. I couldn't. In real life, I could never. I have terrible financial anxiety. I could never do
I
it.
know you do, because you always yell at me whenever I tell you about my girl math.
Oh yeah. It kills me inside.
No, I
so
cannot
glad.
accept this.
I'm so glad gambling is banned in my state. I would be homeless.
There are so many casinos in my state because of the Seminoles.
Gambling is banned in your state?
Yep.
Some states gambling is banned?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Texas.
I'm surprised it's banned in Texas, to be honest.
It's
It's
I don't know if
specifically
it's
like
banned in
casinos
Florida,
and stuff.
but I know
Casinos.
it's not typically allowed, except because most of the casinos are Hard Rock casinos, and they're built on Seminole land, so they kind of like get by that law. I'm not sure if it's
Oh,
like outright
yeah.
banned in my state though.
We
I don't
just
know.
started building casinos here.
Gotta head
Wow.
to Chicago then.
Well, it's because they're building it right next to the racetrack.
I see for some the
okay, that makes sense.
never mind. Okay, I was throwing over to you guys, and I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to tell all of us how the scene begins. The two of you are skipping class. Where are you? What are you doing? Why don't we split up those two things? So we're gonna decide. One of you is going to decide where you are. Maya, heads or tails?
For Jess, tails.
Tails it is.
You son of a bitch!
Just lunges across
Maya,
your desk.
Yeah.
you choose. Where are you when you're skipping class?
Probably in like the clock tower.
Hanging out in the clock tower. There's a courtyard. There's like the stairs that lead up. There's like the rafters up on the top. Rafters might be a cool place.
Rafters, because it's the least place to get caught.
Totally.
Mhm.
Edmund, what are you doing?
Since it's during class time, I don't think there are many people around. So I think he's been like reading aloud from this book to her. Probably with some commentary from her on some bullshit. It's Hogwarts of History. It's a classic. It's
Oh,
quite
I thought it was
boring.
Teen Wolf fan fiction.
I will literally kill you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a connection with these characters.
Yeah, yeah, he's actually reading Beowulf, and he's like, yeah, this one monster in it. It's just like it's so me.
I mean, Beowulf is good, but anyway.
Beowulf is really good. But no, it's Hogwarts of History. He is currently reading out of the most recent edition with the Battle of Hogwarts chapter.
Rhea has her head in his lap.
Aww. Okay. 1 second. Let me get you something. Okay. The Battle of Hogwarts was the final conflict of the Second Wizarding War. It took place in the early hours of the 2nd of May 1998. Within the castle and on the grounds of Hogwarts School. It's the Dark Lord, he who must not be named, learned that his current archenemy, Harry Potter, had secretly ventured into the castle. For reasons unknown. Harry's arrival was heralded by students very positively at the time, and he ordered every single Death Eater and dark creature that had pledged loyalty to him over the past few years to launch a massive attack on the school. A militia of students, previously named Dumbledore's Army, then communicated to the need to fight to the Order of the Phoenix and their allies via the use of secret tunnels and communication systems, leading to a large-scale battle that forced multiple people to enter into the school. Voldemort led his forces from the Shrieking Shack in Hogsmeade, while Harry Potter, Kingsley Shacklebolt, and Minerva
He probably
McGonagall...
skips over that name purposely.
Harry Potter and Minerva McGonagall led the defenders of Hogwarts. Voldemort also announced that he wanted Harry Potter to surrender himself by midnight at the time when the battle finally ceased. And by that time, many people had already died. The battle ended with a decisive victory for the Order and Dumbledore's army, with many Death Eaters killed or captured and Voldemort himself dead. It was the most devastating battle of the war, with casualties including notable figures such as Professor Remus Lupin, a former Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher at Hogwarts, and known werewolf, Nymphadora Tonks, were they engaged?
We're married. They had a
They were
child.
married. His wife. I think it would probably say like preceded or lived by Teddy Lupin, Severus Snape, Fred Weasley of the Weasley Wizard Wheezes twins, Colin Creevey, Lavender Brown, and at least 50 more who fought against Voldemort and other Death Eaters.
I met her once.
Who?
Nymphadora Tonks. She worked with my dad.
Really?
One time, though.
Was she fun or anything, or was she stuffy like the other people?
I was like 5 years old. She used to make these like animal faces. It was really funny. My mom liked having her over.
At the mention of her mom, Edmund kind of like raises an eyebrow at her. You don't often talk about your mom, do you, Maya?
No, she doesn't.
Never.
Was your mom usually involved or friends with your dad's coworkers?
Mm, My mom used to say that. We used to ask her, like, why she didn't, work like dad did. And she used to say that her main priority was taking care of me. Why would she need a career when she had everything that she wanted with me?
Your mom sounds really sweet.
She was great. She was the best.
Alex, can I retroactively roll like a persuasion to see if Pomfrey would have warned me about the Bogart session with my thing in consideration?
Pomfrey would not be aware.
Okay. All right.
Do you mean that it existed at all, or that it was happening recently?
That it would be like coming up or something.
Yeah, she wouldn't know.
Okay. Sorry, my like music was weird for a second.
Yeah, you take your time.
Are you all right now? I know, not kind of worked you up a bit.
I guess. I feel really weird. If I'm being really honest, I've been feeling really off since last year.
Off how?
Like, I have a headache a lot. Sometimes I feel like I black out more. I've been a lot angrier than before, too.
Sit up. He'll like gesture for you to sit up and face him.
She'll, like, sit up hesitantly. You could give me, like, a checkup or something.
Yes, Pomfrey's been teaching me how to figure out signs of concussions and whatnot, and I figured that I would at least try.
Alright,
I mean-
do you need me to stick out my tongue?
No, please keep your tongue to yourself.
Ew.
He'll like he'll like take her head in his hands and like kind of look her over and look into her eyes, cast like Lumos and shine it in. Can you do a medicine check to like just general see what might be bothering her? Because he did spot the black veins, so he is a bit
Yes.
worried.
You're blinding me.
17.
Lumos is bright and you're shining it in my eye.
Oh my god, Nox. Okay, stop whining.
She's like, the eclipse is happening.
Your initial tests, like they, I think the tests that you're currently performing yield no real results. Like the ones that you're doing, like with the light and stuff, she seems to be coordinated and working. There'd be nothing that would show it off there, but you would still be thinking about the things that you've seen from her, some of the weird magic, and you've never really had the time to sit down and really consider it. Thinking about it now, it's quite obvious there is something very wrong with Abria. She has felt so bottled up for so long, and she has such a short fuse, and it is affecting her physically. There may be, I don't think that with your current training that you have enough information really to get the full answer, but more so you're on a very good track, which is you'd be able to discern that Abria's magic is lashing out with her. Her magic is extremely tied to her emotion, That much is certain. In magical theory class, you were taught about, I don't know if this is actually true, but are you willpower, Abria? What are you?
I am.
Perfect.
I was
So
just
you
about
were
to
taught
say that in
about
character.
willpower casters and how their magic is deeply tied to the way they're feeling. And this seems to be an extreme degree of that, to the point that she's not in control. And it's coming out in chaotic ways. So those are the findings that you can have without actually having the true answer.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you remember magical theory in first year, the really boring class that was just like, this is how your magic works. That's it.
Kind of. I'm not gonna lie, most, like, my first year memories are kind of weirdly hazy. Nah, didn't live moment to moment.
That's not a red flag.
Do you remember that quiz that she made us take? Casting style
Always
quiz?
Professor Babbling.
We took a quiz?
It was like a while back. But I remember it. You got willpower or something, and it means that your magical expression is more linked to your emotions than others might be. And, well, it seems to me that maybe said emotions are getting the better of you lately, especially with the symptoms you listed. Lashing out.
I don't mean to lash out. It's more like people do things to make me upset, and I react.
Well, no one means to lash out or anything. They just do it.
I guess. I don't really know how to stop lashing out.
Well, I don't really have any advice for that, but I can tell you I will do my utmost to help you with it when I'm around.
Thanks.
Yeah. You know, I'm always going to be here for you, right? Me, Des, even Oliver, with his stupid fucking cats. And Wilfred, when it really comes down to it.
There's a look in her eyes when you say his name.
I know you don't like him that much. He is kind of a dick to you, but he doesn't mean anything truly by it.
Look, I just think he's annoying. That's it. We used to be friends, we used to be close, and then he got annoying.
That's not what happened. You know, that's not what happened.
Well, what happened then?
Oh,
What
she
happened?
doesn't know. She doesn't get it.
What happened was you two got to Hogwarts. You got different friends. And I think you felt a little bit betrayed by him surrounding himself with the other Hufflepuffs. It's hard to get to him whenever he's in a crowd, and he's usually always in a crowd now.
She looks sad at that. That's really sad.
But you know, you don't need him. His eyes on you always. You don't need that. It does feel good, though, whenever you get his attention.
It's...
Ding, 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 ding.
Well, maybe if he would, spend a little less time with those people and, actually kept with the person that he's known since he was in diapers, instead of... And she starts to, like, ramp up and starts to, like, go on a rant.
Hey, breathe.
It's extremely animated, her rant. It's very like extreme in the language used and in her general demeanor as well.
Mm-hmm.
As the rant kind of swells, Edmund will like take her hands in his and just kind of like hold them, rubbing his thumb over her knuckles. It's all right. You can get it out all you want, but it doesn't change how things are.
That's what I saw, you know,
What?
last year. When we saw all the visions of our futures. I saw my dad, and everything was exactly how it is now. It was still the same person. And I wasn't any different either.
Well, you'll never be in control of how he acts or reacts to you, but you're in control of yourself, for the most part, at least.
I try, I guess.
And trying is the best that you can do in any scenario. You are your own person, Abria. You don't have to constantly live in someone's shadow. Your father's approval, his presence, it doesn't. Whether he is here or not, it will not change who you are inside. And who you are inside is a brave, confident, and self-sacrificing person. Someone who looks at a monster in a dungeon and thinks, it's my friend.
Abria Shacklebolt to the headmistress's office. Abria Shacklebolt to the headmistress's office. Thank you.
Great.
Mid-rant.
That bell scared me so bad.
I was like, what the heck is that?
I was in the middle of eating and almost started choking.
Edmund,
My goodness.
winces at the sound of the bell because I feel like I know it doesn't come from anywhere specifically, but I feel like the higher up you are, it definitely is
The
a bit
louder
louder.
it is.
And he's like,
Yeah.
that's
The frequency too.
Yes, definitely. So he like winces a bit and then lets go of your hands. Are you gonna go?
Do I have
Do you want me to walk with you?
Do you have to?
Well, do you want them to come get you kicking and screaming, or do you want to go of your own volition?
That's my dad's had to do that once before.
Drag you? Kicking
Oh
and
yeah.
screaming?
We went on a business trip once, and there was like this super cool like toy store, and he told me that I couldn't get anything because we had places to be. And so I held on to like the front door, like the handles, for like a good 20 minutes. It was great.
Made him late.
Pomfrey would kick my ass if I ever did something like that. He'll like hop down from the rafters and like hold out his arms, like help her down as well. Come on, let's go.
Abria, as you're thinking on that memory, was your mother in it?
Yeah.
I want you to tell us, out of character, what she did during that memory.
Abria was like, in hindsight, it's probably like a quote unquote funny memory of like this little like 5-year-old child death gripping the like
Meltdown.
Yeah, like she's like refusing to leave. And her dad is getting more and more upset and frustrated. and he is like not raising his voice, but he's getting sterner to the point where she is beginning to cry more. And her mom just kind of comes over, kneels down to like her level, and just softly begins to stroke her hair. She doesn't say anything, she doesn't yell at her. She just lets her self-soothe, basically. And when Bria is more calm, not fully stopped crying, she'll like pick her up and just kind of stay there. She doesn't care who's watching, she just stays there holding her in her arms. Until Bria falls asleep. And then she'll get up, past Kingsley, and walk out.
Alright. That's where we'll take our break. We'll come back in 10 minutes.
Bria got me crying. I don't know.
I'm like, damn, what is going on?
See you guys in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for that tabletop role player in your life? For that podcaster? For that little sister that keeps going on and on about shiny math rocks? Well, look no further. OBP Musical has you covered. Original theme music for your characters, worlds, podcasts, and more. Has your bard written lyrics about a party member's tragic demise? Let us compose to them. Or better yet, let us write those lyrics for you. But the goodness, no, greatness, doesn't stop there. How would you like a cast member of Les Miserables, Disney, or Come From Away to sing your pieces? Oh, you bet you would. Fully orchestrated cinematic pieces. Pieces like this.
Who'd rise to meet the call, who'd fiercely face the danger, be a hero to them all. For the hordes of people
we have 8 vocalists, 7 composers, 2 lyricists, and an admin team ready to take your request. For as low as $60 you can get your own musical theme. OBP Musical, making fantasy a reality.
Hello.
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 Oh,
Hello.
Alex, quick question before the game starts. How do you get good at your like accents? Like, do you just practice? I know that's a dumb question.
Yeah. I don't think I have a good answer.
yeah, it's a dumb
I
question.
just do them.
He just
I just do them
though.
because
Even I'm
here's what it is.
surprised.
There are
Bad.
accents I can do, and there are accents I cannot. I cannot do a very convincing Australian accent. Nope.
Also,
Your Irish one is so good.
Thank you.
Brooke,
I actually got
get
that one in the stupidest way.
Sorry.
It's okay. Do you want to say your thing?
Yeah, I was like, Brooke, I get that you and Dylan are getting closer, but please don't tell him to shut up. I think we haven't reached that yet.
Sorry.
I
Of
didn't
being like casually mean.
I didn't take any offense.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
good. Sorry, I get that
That's
way
just
whenever I get
Brooke.
comfortable with someone. I'm like, I shoot off insults so quickly. I'm
Brooke
so
gets
sorry. If it
comfortable
ever gets to me too
easily.
much, just message me and be like, hey, lay off of it. And I promise you I will.
There have been some times where I've had to be like, it just as like a bystander, I've had to be like, Brooke, can you and Maya just get along today, please? Brooke's like, there's nothing wrong. I'm like, I know. Can you just be nice, please?
You mean Mara?
I've never
Mara,
done
I
anything
did mean Mara.
wrong ever.
I
I'm a
did mean Mara.
saint.
Anyway, to answer your question, Dylan, yeah, like the Irish one, I came from the stupidest place. It was me saying, okay, no, there's a short but kind of interesting story. So in college, I was in digital communications and media, and we had to create a fake newscast using all the techniques that we had learned, and we got people to like act and just pretend to be people in a newscast, and so we got to write whatever the fuck it was. So me being silly was like, we were coming up with the funny ideas, and I was like, what if the story is about a potato shepherd, not a potato farmer, a potato shepherd. It's an expose about potato shepherds and the use they have in the local economy. And I was trying to get my friend Keaton to do an Irish voice, like an Irish accent for the video, and we got him to finally be able to do it by saying first, "Diddly dee potato."
Oh
If
my God.
if you said diddly dee potato first, you could say anything else. And so now after me being diddly dee potato, then and practicing with saying sentences and stuff, then I kind of was able to hear some of the inflections and whatnot
Mm-hmm.
to pull it up. Yeah. As well as I would add little like colloquialisms, like one I love when I pull up Fife is aye shabby, which is a Irish like, oh, how do you do
Mm-hmm.
sort of greeting. So if you add in those like little things, then like you can really make it seem very good. 1 second, Jordan's at my door.
No, but seriously, Brooke, I can take jokes. No big deal.
Okay, I'm back. So that's your answer for the most part. Though I just stumble upon them and then I practice them and then they get better.
Makes
Like
sense.
the
I guess
McGonagall one came from listening to that McGonagall TikTok creator. I haven't seen her in forever, but she used to do.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, they could do kind of. Ooh, it's a wonderful day. You always got to get that.
Yeah, that impression is so good as well. I was watching the movies the other day. I was like, wait, is that Alex? No, it's the actor. Accurate.
So I don't know if we exactly have the time to have a full scene with Abria and in the principal's office. But essentially, you're getting in trouble for not showing up for classes.
Fuck them classes.
Yeah. And also, you're getting in trouble for constantly rescheduling with Professor Bruce, and Professor Bruce is there when you come to the office.
I need to know she was probably like, "Who are you?"
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the two of you guys are sorry, the three of you guys have like a little meeting. You get in trouble. Gryffindor is docked 10 house points,
Oh.
and Bruce advocates for you to not have detention. Instead, you're going to meet with her.
Damn. Is it like a mandatory 2 times a week?
Mandatory. And McGonagall's like, I had a fire out in the yard today. I have much too much on my plate to be worrying about this.
Abria wipes some of the leftover ash from the top of her head.
So, but the day goes long, and Abria, you're walking back from like that kind of meeting, getting all in trouble, over to Defense Against the Dark Arts class, and you were told in no explicit terms, non-explicit terms, that if you were not at that class, you would be found in some back alley somewhere. So you show up, and already like Edmund, Desdemona, Nate, Lucas, Isolt, and Mateo, they're all like hanging out right now outside of the Defense Against Dark Arts classroom.
Hey, Abria.
Class is going to start.
Did you guys hear what this special class is going to be about? Gemma told me.
No, I haven't.
What did she tell you?
She said we'd see her greatest fears. I don't know how true she was being. Maybe she was messing with me.
Oh, I thought I would have to avoid this in my old school. Shit.
Do you know what this is? I don't really know much about it.
The doors to the Defense Against the Dark Arts room open up. Professor Rojas is on the other side. Hey there, guys. You guys can head inside now if you want. I've just got finished setting up.
I like peek around the corner, see if there's anything in the classroom.
It's mostly empty like before, except you can see one very large wardrobe in the middle of the room.
Sydney or does Professor Rojas look way too cheerful?
I'm a bit
I'm
terrified.
scared for my life.
I hear
Any
she feeds.
Spanish woman that looks that cheerful is not a good sign.
All right.
I can't say this because I'm Spanish. Mateo's Spanish.
Mateo's Spanish, Raven's Spanish.
All
What are you
right.
guys laughing about?
Raven, repeat what you just said.
I said if a Spanish woman looks that cheerful, it can't be good.
Okay. I am not close enough to the Spanish community to understand that
Real
joke.
as hell. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I'm having war flashbacks.
Maya gets it. Maya gets it.
Well, of course Maya would, yeah.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so the door had opened. What was happening?
In we go. Looking forward to see what kind of cute creatures are inside.
How do you know when you walk in it won't just appear? Like what happens with your illusions?
Well, there's only one way to find out. Go on, go.
I'll walk in first.
I just now realized Oliver never came by.
Oh.
I'm gonna add him. Mara.
Also, I sent you a thing, Alex.
Yeah, I saw it. I read it.
Yeah, I sent one too.
I sent you a new thing.
Yeah, I know. I saw that too.
Okay.
And I'm dying inside. So, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get check some of that stuff. Oh. Raven, earlier today.
Yeah, I know. It didn't do anything technically, so he's fine. He was fine.
All right. Professor Rojas stands in the middle of the room as people begin to filter in. Nate is like, "You gonna be okay, Des?"
Me, I'm fine. I'm not afraid of anything.
Well, if you just so happen to be afraid of something, then like, no one's gonna judge you. So
She looks like she's gonna go to say something. Do you mind if I don't know, I don't care if I have to go after you or go before you. Do you mind if I stay with you in line?
yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Today we are going to be putting the wands away, just for the moment. Today's class will test each of you in a way that may be difficult for some students to confront. Boggarts, sometimes called boogeymen by muggles, are magical beasts which may spawn in dark, confined places, such as a closet, wardrobe, shadowy basements, or the underside of a bed. But firstly, before we actually begin, does anyone know how you can kill one?
And
Ooh, I heard Raven first. By a millimeter.
is it history of magic?
Magical creatures.
All right.
Ah.
24.
Obviously, Mateo, this is a trick question. Do you know the answer, Raven?
Can you send it to me, please?
Sure.
I just want to make sure that I got it right.
So she looks around the room. A few hands kind of go up. Mr. Alcaraz.
It's a trick question. They can't be killed because they aren't alive, technically.
Oh, dang it, you actually got it. I normally get kids with that one. 5 points to Slytherin. Boom, Slytherin is in the lead.
Snake pit.
Snake pit. Boggarts are similar to poltergeists and are thus classified as non-beings and are henceforth not actually living to begin with. But what does a boggart look like?
And
That's a D4 to Jess for a magical creatures check. Miss Scrimgeour.
That's another trick question. They really don't look like anything, but they take the form of your worst fear.
Both answers are correct. A boggart has no set size, shape, or true physicality in any way, meaning that anything you see come out of that closet cannot hurt you. Well, mostly. It would take a long time for it to do so. Remember that. If things get bad, I will intervene, okay? Now, you're going to make us fight one, Billy says, a little freaked out. No, I'm going to make you confront that which you fear, for a boggart shapeshifts into the thing you fear most. Worry not, students. A simple spell can turn even the scariest of boggarts into the silliest of tricks. Anyone know its name?
And
That's a D4 to Edmund. History magic this time.
thank God.
I almost shook my head like, no, that's Brooke that answered, but then I remembered.
Pulling a me.
Like, no.
How dare you?
I am going to lose my mind.
You lost by only a few. You had advantage, a +7 and a +2.
The fucking mic breaking up is killing me.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay. I mean, he does have expertise. So she looks around the room for a little bit, and then she says, "Mr. Knott, you haven't talked yet." Edmund's like, "Oh,
It's ridiculous.
I'm gonna fucking kill these Slytherins.
close, close. A lot of people get it wrong, and if should you say it wrong, it won't work. So it is ridiculous, ridiculous."
Ridiculous.
There we go. And she gives another 5 points to Slytherin. Slytherin's now at 40 house points, and Gryffindor is at 25.
Oh my god.
I wish they made like those Kong toys for people. Like those the ones you stuff with peanut butter.
Yeah,
and
Edmund?
freeze.
Yeah?
The-
You want a Kong?
Please don't
Out
say
of
that.
character, I think it would be a really good business opportunity for them to invent human Kong toys.
This is the Polly Pocket chewing gene that little
Exactly.
girls inherit whenever they get the little rubber dresses and they just like chew on them.
Yeah.
I just thought
Stop!
it was
That gave me a
funny.
memory.
I just thought it was funny that Edmund was talking about the player who's playing Edmund was talking about having Kongs.
Well, I was thinking about it because I was like, my brain at first was like, would Edmund be growling in the background? No, that's too out there. What would he be doing? And like, would he have a chew toy? And no, of course he wouldn't. And then I was like, a chew toy for a
Thank you.
human would be really useful.
Bro,
They
that is
exist.
just
They
that
do
is
make
just a
those.
teething ring.
This is teething ring.
That is what that is.
Fucking
Brie like opens up her bag and like gets like a binky or something.
Edmund has a soother. Yeah. Oh
Bunny
my
has a teething
goodness.
ring.
A cat says Brooke demands enrichment toys.
I do. I demand them.
Oh boy. Mhm. Yeah, I'm so happy you said that because my next question was going to be, why was this brought up?
I ADHD brain, dude.
Yeah,
ADHD
like, it's
brain,
very
dude.
real.
My brain like has a thought and then it branches off of that and then it branches off of that and then it just goes down into a rabbit hole and it's I don't know.
It's like a cycle at this point.
Oh,
The little hamster in my brain
Dumbfounded.
is just running.
what did I say to you the other day? She was like, "How long ago was it that the hamster on the hamster wheel in your brain died?" You remember that?
And I said to you, bold of you to assume there ever was one.
Just the weight of the dead hamster is still spinning it.
It's just inertia at this point.
It's rotting at this point.
It stays in motion, whatever.
That's muscle memory there.
Biofuel, baby.
It like gets a little electric shock to wake it up.
Wake it up from what the
You shock it to keep it.
The shock
That's
is the shock is Adderall.
The Adderall, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. Move, come on, move.
Just poking at it.
Don't make me get the cattle prod.
Loving the psychoanalysis of my brain.
This is getting away from me.
This is getting too out of hand. But I
Whoa.
love it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, anyway. She says, precisely ridiculous. Everyone, Make a line, and we will begin. She turns around and heads over toward a very large gramophone in the back of class and begins to get something ready. And I will send you guys, of course, the fabled link in Music Chat.
Let's
That's
go!
music. That's
Let's
music.
go, hot licorice!
Literally the best. Remember to put it on
Turning
loop.
that on Spotify right now. I have it liked on Spotify, actually.
It'll start.
Yeah.
I will
Big
be
band.
bulldozing the fuck out of everybody to get to the very back of this line.
Edmund
Okay.
as well.
I am. Oh, I need you to know I
Abria-
am acrobatics kicking people.
Edmund going to the back. That's a pretty apt description. I think Gemma would be like, "Fuck, okay." Get out of that. So
She's like doing backflips to the back of the line. And Gemma's
Yeah.
like, Jesus
Exactly.
fucking Christ.
Like, what is
Jesus
in you,
fucking
Abria? Jeez.
okay, so
I'm so giggly.
we got some preemptive stuff to figure out. So where we are in line. So we got Abria all the way at the back. We got Edmund right next to her. We have Gemma obviously near the back. And then what about everybody else? Like Desdemona, where do you think you end up fitting up in line? You're next to Nate. That means you're near the front. Okay. So yeah, you can either do that. You're gonna say like front, middle, back, or you can say next to an NPC, and where I would put them I'll just put you there. Okay. Lucas.
In front of Billy, wherever she would be.
In the middle. Lucas. Billy. Okay. Isolt.
Probably in front of Gemma. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Mateo.
In front of Reese.
Reese. Okay. All right. So we kind of got a preemptive thing there. So that's good. Okay. And then let's talk about who we want to see. So, you guys are going to tell me if you care about this NPC and want to know their deepest, darkest fear. And I will include them. So I'll just go down the list, and if any, I'll like wait for a second. If anyone is interested, put up a hand, right? Say me. Macy. Morgan. Nolan.
Yes.
I think we're interested in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rin.
In this timeline, yeah.
Yeah. Rin. Nope. Delilah. Wilfred, I always had him in.
Me.
Juniper. Saoirse. Brett. Janice. Reese.
Me.
Billy.
Me.
That one's a little. Drusilla. Taylor. Ernesia. Gemma.
Yeah, me. Yeah.
Levi. Can't really show his actually. Nate.
Yes.
Darcy. Logan.
For the fun of it, yeah.
Yeah, just for
Everything
the
might
fun of it.
change.
So
Since it's gonna be
funny.
Abria? Yeah.
Just beating the shit out of it.
Thanks for reminding me. Sam. Sally. Sadie.
Yes.
All right, cool. Got them down then. Bup, bup. All right. Pushing up toward the front of the line, people kind of push out into the back while Rojas has her back turned. People, it's a free for all. By the time she turns back over, oh, Mr. Brett, Oh, so courageous to be up first. Brett turns around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Brett. You got
Guys!
this.
He wasn't
Yeah,
paying
looking
attention.
away.
Yeah, Reese is like, all right, just take a step forward, and I will release the Bockard. What are you doing? What? Wand out! Wand out! Oh, pulls it out. Remember, ridiculous. Ready? And go! And she flicks out her wand at the big wardrobe, and you see the latch open up. The wardrobe begins to open with a creak. It opens up the whole way, and all you see from within is darkness. Brett stands there for a little bit perplexed. He looks at, Rojas, like, what the fuck's going on? She's like, come on, pay attention. He looks back, and you can see the darkness beginning to pool out and onto the floor like a dark mist. A few oohs and ahs from the students from behind him are heard, and it pools all around him, and then hits the floor. The floor becomes dark, very, very dark, like Vanta black, except for a small ring where Brett is, and kind of, if the camera were to show Brett's perspective, suddenly the perspective around him is changed. It looks like he is now standing on a single podium at the top of a tall drop that goes 1,000 feet below him. Brett looks over. No, please. And, come on, the spell, this is just the Bockard, remember. It normally messes with your mind a little bit, so it gets you to believe it at first. I need you to cast, come on. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. He's going to attempt it. That's a 17 on the die. Ridiculous! He casts down, and the entire darkness becomes no longer like 3D. It becomes 2D and begins to roll up like some kind of carpet. He steps over it as it goes underneath of him, and then it jumps up onto its side like a rolled up carpet and begins bouncing. Boing, 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 boing. Oh, no, that's good job, Brett. And she's going to award 5 points to Ravenclaw, because why the fuck not? They're already behind. And he goes back, and Reese is like, good job, man! He gives him a high five. Thanks. Okay. The next person who goes up after that, some other people. Thinking here. Yeah. You can see a few different people go. The next person who goes up is Sadie. She's up ahead of Nate and Logan's behind you, Desdemona. There we go. And Sadie's like, I'm hoping I don't end up seeing,
You're okay. We're right here.
She takes a step forward. All right, Miss Milne, remember the words. Ridiculous. Yes, Professor, of course. I'm told that you're pretty good with charms, so I'm expecting highly of you. Takes a step forward. And the bouncing carpet, boing, 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 stops. You can see long legs come out, a huge thorax, and multiple red eyes that are set in the front of this thing's face. It is a ginormous spider. And you can see parts of the eyes are grayed off, blind. There seems to be some kind of burn mark that has run down its one side. it clicks off toward her. You see the pedipalps wipe these glistening fangs. And it pushes back. And she's, of course, terrified. But she's going to try. Ridiculous! There. She casts out, ridiculous! And there is a white beam of light that hits it. And you see a party hat come to the top of this creature. All of the legs become like jelly worms. And the fangs are like trying to scrape on the floor to move around because it can't use its legs anymore. And Rojas begins to chuckle. Spiders! Not the first, not the last. Very good, Miss Sadie. Thank you. Not my mom. And Sadie goes to the back. Nate is up after that. Come on, Nate, you can do it, boy! Logan's yelling up at him. Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Logan is so cringe.
He is so cringe. He's still talking after facing so many injuries.
Definitely just the textbook definition of boys will be boys.
Right?
Especially considering later.
Exactly.
Yep. I'm sticking true to his writing. Anyway, Nate is up next. Nate takes... Let me quickly mark them off. Nate takes a step forward. Like he's about to fight. He holds his wand like he's about to fight something, like in a sword. Maybe wanting to pull the sword of Gryffindor or some shit. Like if the dragon's gonna show up. And when he does so, he can see that big spider looks at him and warps down and begins to stand up. He's looking at the backside of somebody with their hood up, like a Hogwarts student. Show yourself! He yells out toward him, and you realize in that moment, he actually believes it. To a certain degree, Nate believes that this is real. There's a sort of odd charm effect that comes over you the moment that link is made. And, person goes, huh? Turns around to look over toward him, and you can see Nate's own face. There's a few gasps. Nate, you're afraid of yourself? Logan says. Shut up! What are you? I'm you. But better! And it pulls back the hood, and you see a squeaky clean, Mr. Clean, bald head glistening in the lights. He's terrified. His fear is being bald.
Don't let him
So
drink that
real
long
of him.
potion
That is
from
so
Will.
fucking real of him.
And he casts out, ridiculous! And there's a little spark out the end of his wand. Few people laugh.
Ridiculous! Ridiculous!
And you can see the head beginning to grow larger. And from the back, there is Rojas who yells out, ridiculous! And it all begins to, like the head starts to grow even larger into a large red balloon, and then pops on one side. It begins to fly all around the room. Jordan is upset with the sound and how loud it is right now. Not sure how I'm supposed to do these scenes without being loud. I can try. That was Nate. He got saved by Professor Rojas. Desdemona, you are up.
I think she like takes a deep breath and steps forward, and she's thinking in her mind, you're not afraid of anything. There's nothing you're afraid of. There's nothing you can't handle. There's nothing that can show you that'll shake you. You have this. She thinks back like latently like to a childhood fear of butterflies or something. Like there's
wanting desperately for it to be a butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
You take a step forward, and that like flying balloon flies straight into the wardrobe. Oh, Tez, you're scary enough that it ran away, Logan says.
Good.
And then you can hear the creaking of the door. And a foot come down, completely white skin, just pale, toenails, long, thin, ugly, a dark, kind of grayish black cloak that billows down. Oh, here again. And you look up fearfully. In that moment, just like before, there's that big charm effect. There's a part of you that is screaming out that this is happening, that this is real. And in front of all of you, you stare out toward red eyes, a long wand held with the pinky underneath, and kind of slithering like movements steps out into the midst of them all, into all of you. I've come to finish the job. And you see Voldemort with his wand pointing out toward you.
She like takes her wand and lifts it.
You hear a few people gasp out at seeing him. It's a very evocative sight. Probably some snickering from Gemma. Go ahead and attempt ridiculous.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
17.
That's a success. When you cast out ridiculous toward him, he... And just as he's about to speak out this phrase, the light shoots out the tip of your wand, and what does he turn into?
A moth.
Turns into butterflies.
Yeah.
A cloud of butterflies. Logan's like, yeah! Nice! Beating the Dark Lord twice, Gryffindor. And Logan steps up, like ready for whatever the heck's coming at him. He's in kind of like a dueling stance as well. And you can see the butterflies all flutter around and then coalesce back together. And standing up, cracking her neck,
Oh
is
my
a
god!
Bria Shackleford.
You're in a room full of autistic people, Alex.
I'm terribly sorry. I didn't know that it would actually show up on the microphone.
You're fine. I was just not expecting it. I was like, oh.
So sorry. So sorry.
Is your neck okay?
I crack
Is it
my neck
feeling
all the
good?
time.
Are you feeling
Yeah.
all right?
I'm feeling good. Earlier today, I cracked it so hard on one side that, like, felt like I real fucking aligned it.
Be careful with that. I used to do that all the time until I creaked my neck.
Anyway, you can see Abria Shacklebolt show up. All right, Logan. It's time. What? Logan looks back. To make out. And Abria goes, come here. Like getting closer and closer toward him. And he starts getting really scared. That's a 19 on the die. Ridiculous!
Can I give Logan disadvantage?
You can't. But there is a shooting off that makes Abria's lips grow larger and turn into one giant heart. Boom, boom, like cartoony. And then Abria is sucked inside her own lips.
Edmund will like slowly turn to Abria. I think you should beat his ass after class.
Bria has that like Ron Swanson frown on her face. Anybody knows what I'm talking about?
I know.
I do.
It's just a deep frown.
Well, it seems Logan's got some problems. Drusilla says over by Isolt.
Say that again.
The gift, Maya.
After Logan, it is Mateo.
Fun.
Mateo?
He's a bit hesitant, but he does take a bit of a step forward. He does have a bit of a shaky hand, but he pulls out his wand.
And getting a little bit closer toward the boggart properly, you see it disappears like into a mist. But you've seen it before do this to people. You know it's close at hand. And then you all watch as the wardrobe lights with flame. Like it just got lit on fire out of nowhere. And Mateo, as you are kind of like taking a step back, basking in the flames, you hear a blood-curdling scream from within.
He jumps back. Like, at first he's thinking to himself, oh god, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Type of deal. Like, he's kind of frozen in place, kind of looking down at his hands for a second. Like he's some sort of a trance. Would he recognize the scream?
Why don't you tell me?
Yes.
Is there something in your past?
Cannot confirm.
Do you want to say out of character, or do you want to say in like, or do you want to keep it hidden?
We can say it out of character.
Okay, go ahead. Who do you hear? Oh, is it? It's right there. So you hear the high-pitched scream of a girl from within.
he's like frozen in a trance. Like completely forgetting he's in a classroom for a second and that he's back in Ilvermorny.
And let's try out ridiculous, because you can kind of hear like a bunch of people yelling at you from outside. It all seems so muted. You're so focused on what's happening in front of you that you don't hear Professor Rojas and all your friends ridiculous, ridiculous yelling out toward you. And then finally it kind of hits. Give it a try.
All right. God, how to spell it? Fail. It's a fail. I rolled a 9.
Ooh. When you cast out ridiculous, ridiculous, and you just can't get it out. You are so like enamored by what's happening in front of you. Probably this would be when Professor Rojas jumps in front. And does everybody know Professor Rojas's boggart?
Yes.
Yes.
Dylan?
I forget if you showed me with Zinner or not. I don't remember it.
He did, I'm pretty sure.
She leaps in front, and it is a W word, which is a stalker of the night.
Yeah, I remember.
A Appalachian horror. And that is her boggart, because in this universe they are real, and that's terrifying.
That is literally terrifying, yeah.
Literally. And yeah, that's hers. It kind of shows up in front of her, and then she casts out ridiculous toward it. I unfortunately I can't do the NPCs tonight. So I apologize. But we can get through all yours. And so, Mateo, you are saved by Professor Rojas. She kind of pulls you aside, and she goes, Alcaraz, Alcaraz! And she probably speaks to you in Spanish. Obviously, I don't fucking know Spanish.
Yeah.
But she would probably speak to you in Spanish to try to like get your attention, and it probably works. Hearing your, you are Spanish, right?
Yeah, he's Mexican. Yeah.
Cool. That kind of breaks you out of it, and you can hear her be like, "You're a little phased. That's fine. The bond was very strong. Sometimes this happens. I want you to go sit at the back, okay? Take a minute. I'll check on you at the end, okay?"
Okay. Thank you. And he goes ahead and sits in the back.
That's Mateo. I can at least mention them. Reese's. Reese's is an Indian man with torn clothes, blood on his right-hand side, and looks murderous and tries to attack him. That's Reese's. After Reese, we have some others. Wilfred goes. Wilfred's is his father, Magnus Gideon. And Dylan, have you ever seen Magnus Gideon?
Yes.
Cool. So we all know that. Wilfred's able to turn him into the top of the Weasley Wizard Wheezes like animatronic. After Wilfred is Nolan, and when Nolan comes up this time in this timeline, the boggart turns into a woman laying in a hospital bed, and there's like a beeping, beep, beep, and that terrifies him, and he's able to. Well, I'll roll for him, see if he's able to do it.
He actually showed it?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
It's a different timeline.
Yeah.
Maya, I'm like shaking you right now. I'm like.
My eyes are doing the crazy eye emoji. Don't worry about it.
My eyes, like the pupils, dilated.
So that's Nolan. We got a Reese there. Billy's coming up here. Billy specifically is a woman shows up who kind of like has like a McGonagall sort of vibe, but if McGonagall was a fucking bitch. And the pursed lips, the Irish accent, the short blonde hair kind of turns somewhat white, but older woman, and she screams at Billy and says, "You filthy muggle-born bastard!" And I will see if Billy can handle that emotionally. She cannot. She runs away crying. So Billy fails that one.
Oh.
Lucas, you probably want to go after her or go help her, and but you are like next in line, and so Rojas is like, "Lucas, step up."
Yeah, I like look at the door, and then I look at the closet, and then
Mr. Knott, come on.
I step up.
Like, she's like kind of keeping you here. You're like, oh fuck, okay, let's just get this over with. And when you step forward, that old woman that you can see, that Billy was afraid of, what does she turn into?
I wrote something in my private if you want to
Got
go
it.
with that. Okay.
Wait, what?
It could just be the beginning if you want.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I think this is going to be super duper subtle. And so like in character, I don't think people are going to get it. But out of character, we can kind of go just a little bit into it.
Fuck yeah.
And so Lucas takes a step forward. And that woman begins to slither down, become smaller. And you can see, laying down and currently licking itself, is a old, kind of grayed, one-eyed cat. It looks up toward you. You guys all look at a cat. Lucas has talked about getting attacked by a cat however many times. Probably a lot of people chuckle in the background of this. He's scared of a cat. Oh, I knew it, Lucas, you stare down at this cat, and it's like you are transported. Everything else around you fades. You stare down at it, and there is violent visions, screaming, yelling at you, yelling to do it. Do it! And you begin to shake inside. You get those kind of PTSD flashes of memory, things that you don't think about, you never think about. And you look at that cat, and then you can hear the screaming and the whining of that animal. And you're frozen. Fight, flight, freeze.
Yeah, I think at this point I'd kind of get down in like a cradle position and say, no, I won't
Everyone
do it.
else just sees a fucking cat.
I think I get it.
I can't do it. I can't do it. And he just starts like, to anybody, like very sad. To anyone else, this would look kind of ridiculous. Professor Rojas goes, "There's always one. Ridiculous." And she finishes it for you. You can still attempt the spell, though, Lucas.
Yeah. I get it. I get it.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Ooh,
okay.
damn.
For some other reason, Slytherin gets 5 house points. Some other student somewhere makes some house points.
I run out of the classroom as well after that.
Okay. Good job, Lucas. Isolt.
Hello.
You are up. Gemma is behind you. Go!
Right. It's not real, there's nothing to be afraid of.
Exactly. I mean, anything that you see, it's just like an illusion, a mirage. No need to get as scared of like a cat.
Exactly, a cat. Of course, leave it to him. Yeah.
The two of you are both a little flustered. Okay, let me see what you got here. As you step forward, the boggart, sensing its next victim, looks up toward you, this little cat, and begins to morph, as you've seen it do so many other times, with chilling fluidity into an exact replica of yourself. Right down to a mischievous glint in her eye. With a flourish, it produces a table and a deck of tarot cards when it places its hand down, preparing for a performance that feels all too personal to you, Isolde. The false movements are jerky, almost puppet-like, as if strings pull every motion. She begins to lay out tarot cards with a cold, unnerving precision, her voice echoing through the room. Let's explore a naivety of control, she sneers, setting down the first card, and the first card flips over with a flourish, revealing the Fool, upright. The image of the card is a younger Isolde, caught in the act of brewing a potion, her face alight with innocent curiosity. Ah, the naivety of youth, believing in endless possibilities. People are yelling at you right now to do the fucking spell, and you are, like other people have been, suddenly caught in this scene. Unaware that every step is guided by the unseen hand of destiny. As the atmosphere begins to thicken for you, the boggart places the second card, the Magician, reversed. The image shifts to show Isolde in the present, casting a jinx on her unsuspecting friend, Edmund, during arithmancy class. Power untamed and gifts misused leads only to deceit and the illusion of mastery over one's fate. The final card, Death, reversed, appears with a dramatic flourish, but bears no image, only the stark, empty blackness of the card itself. Isolde's strings become more pronounced as she casts away the table, throwing it off to the right, a ghastly smile plastering all over her face. To resist change, to deny the end, is to dance in circles. Are you afraid, Isolde, that your life is but a loop? Your fate sealed by your refusal to see the truth? It steps forward, stepping toward you, reaching her hands over toward your neck. Isolde?
Oof. Yep. There's just this look of like mortification at being self-snitched. And gonna try and cast this spell. 18.
With an 18, you're able to... Ridiculous! And you can see pieces of cards.
She turns it into Santa Claus, like a very cartoony Santa Claus. She's like,
so Isolde's belly gets larger, huh? Beard? Oh no! Ho, 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 ho. Wait, what about like the claymation?
No, it's the
Like,
clay that are made.
the old movies.
Oh my gosh, Raven.
she mutters something about Santa Claus being as real as the cards.
The next, Gemma's up next. Her boggart is out of character, which I think Desdemona would definitely be aware of, and Abria too, just by their affiliation. But you guys see this man sending in discussion. You'll recognize him from the movies. His name is Corbin Yaxley. And he calls Gemma Jenny. And she, let's see if she's able to do it. Yep, she successfully beat the shit out of him.
Good, as she should.
Absolutely. Let's see, I think we hit everybody important. Cool. Edmund, you are second last.
Edmund walks up, kind of tugging at his sleeves just to give his hands something to do. Who just went before him? Was it Gemma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and what did Yaxley turn into upon? Just so I can have a clear vision in
Sure.
mind for this description.
Yaxley turned into a candy cane tree. A tree that
Okay.
bared candy canes, like Christmassy.
All right. The tree shrinks down into the shape of this gangly teenage boy, mirroring Edmund's appearance perfectly, except for the fact that his sleeves have been torn to shreds and there is sticky red blood staining his hands. The golden eyes that are usually very warm on Edmund look cold and almost glowing. As he kind of takes this breath and the bones under his skin shift, jerk in these violent motions, cracking beneath the weight. His spine especially kind of like pokes out of his skin almost as he hunches forward and comes back up a fully transformed werewolf. Real Edmund is absolutely terrified in this moment as the blood is not only on his hands, it's spreading across his jaw and just everywhere. And he'll take a few steps back, panicking almost, probably bump into Abria as he does so. Ridiculous. Let me attempt this fucking spell.
You got this.
Good luck.
Oh.
That's a 4.
Take a 7.
I'm good.
You good?
It's just ridiculous. I don't really care that much.
So Abria. From behind, you can see Edmund is looking out at himself and is horrified, terrified. Actually, seeing himself like this is something that he never ever wanted to actually witness. And you see him frozen there, his hand shaking, and him trying to like mutter out the word, but isn't able to get it out. And Abria, what do you do?
Oh. That's her son. She will pull Edmund back
Not
and
my
she will
son, you
step in front of
bastard.
him.
You bitch.
Exactly. Yeah. She will
Okay.
throw herself on the knife, so to speak.
And when you leap forward and kind of push Edmund back away from you, just like Rojas did earlier, before Rojas is even able to react, what does it turn into? Oh, wait, no, actually, I have it. So, in front of you, this, like, werewolf begins a howl, and then you can see is turned back into a person. And as it begins to look up toward you, there is a odd mask. It's white, like porcelain, made to look somewhat like a skull or so. There is a sort of blue X that has marked over it, and this ornate crow-like mouthpiece, the filigree design that goes over it. On the the man has like shortened, rolled up sleeves. Looks kind of dirty, like they've been going through hard labor. They look ready for a fight, and you can see them brandish a wand to the side, almost like some kind of club. And on the arm, there is a very grainy, kind of bloody almost red tattoo, blood red, of a tree and roots. I have an image to throw. So, because I don't think I can properly describe it. You guys can see it in discussion.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
And Abria, how can you give me the rest?
Mm-hmm.
What happens?
It's kind of what happens is like Abria mentally is probably a little girl again. As she kind of stares at this figure, and it's almost as if this figure is getting close to her. When it threw its wand down, it seemed as if it was like had just finished casting a spell. And it is now advancing towards her. The longer she tends to stare at this thing, Edmund is behind her, right?
Yes.
Edmund would notice a familiar squaring of her shoulders. Hold on. Let me also provide a visual to help me describe this.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, wait a second.
Wait a second, it's just a gif. What the audience does not see, is Abria's vision, once again, goes black, but it's as if we're kind of seeing it from her perspective now, because the entire room goes black. And it is just her and this thing. And, hold on, I'm gonna send this gif. It is like
Enchantress! Like an
black
enchantress thing?
hands, these black inky hands kind of intertwine with hers, and that switch flips again as she casts out Ridiculous, and I will attempt it. Hold on.
I love that visual.
Maya, let me tell you something really quick.
Yes. Oh god. Faith.
If you want to run with that, you can.
Abso-fucking-lutely. As she casts out Ridiculous, hold on, I will also attempt this because obviously. The 12. I have inspo though, so we're gonna do better than that, guys. Better. Dirty 20. As she casts out Ridiculous, her magic doesn't look the way that everybody else's has. Something leaps out with the spell, intertwining in the magic, and essentially shooting directly into this figure. And instead of turning into something else, you kind of see inky tendrils burst out of it and essentially begin to grab pieces of it and collapse it inwards.
You see that man turn to a more of like a emulsion of plasma, and it collapses the boggart in on itself, and with a solid pop, you just see dark lines streaking through the air, and all of it begins to recede back into Abria. And the boggart is dead.
And
that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Rojas is pretty. What?
Edmund's running out immediately. Everything's done.
thank you all for playing with me today, and thanks for the people watching at home. I know Kat was hanging out with us; it still is. So I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day.